Part 31. Fantasy, the Empress was reincarnated as my daughter. Author, Daughter Wrong. Chapter 305. The night passed quickly, and the first rays of morning light shone into the woods. All the disciples in the Star Hall woke up from their training, and they saw that Sulinger was already preparing breakfast there. Although they can skip breakfast, the breakfast Sulinger made specially for them is not only very delicious, but also extremely rich in energy. So this makes them like the feeling of eating breakfast. After everyone finished their breakfast, they all stretched out and said, "Sister Linger, where are we going today?" "Well, let's continue to go deeper into Monster Island today. It's still very big here. We've been here for 5 days and we haven't reached the center of the island yet." Yes, our speed is already very fast, but according to the information provided by Wanbao Chamber of Commerce, there should be the best natural treasure here in the center of the island, but they don't know what it is. In this case, let's explore it ourselves, maybe it can save everyone a lot of effort. Everyone agreed to Sulinger's suggestion and continued to explore inside. After advancing for a while, everyone found a small lake in front of them and a tree in the center of the lake with fiery red fruits. Sulinger led the disciples of the Star Hall to the lake and looked at the fruit in the center. "Singer, did that fruit Wanbao merchant tell us?" "Let me think about it. By the way, is that the dragon power fruit mentioned by Wanbao Chamber of Commerce? It contains dragon power and can help cultivators strengthen their bodies. I think it must be that thing, and I heard that the guardian of this thing is a dragon. It seems that the lake in front is the territory of the dragon. Sister Linger, what should we do? Just grab it or not? Let's take a look at the strength of this dragon first. We haven't reached the center of the island yet. Even if there is a dragon, his cultivation level must not be very high. Let's take a look first. The dragons in the Great Saint Realm will only become delicacies here in Sulinger, so Sulinger is not worried at all." Sulinger stepped forward and directly rushed his sword intention into the lake in order to force the things below. "Come out." After a while, something rushed out of the lake. "Who disturbed my slumber?" A dragon flew out, and its huge dragon head looked at Sulinger. "Hey, big guy, are these fruits yours? I want it. Will you give it to me?" Sulinger didn't have the slightest fear and said directly to Jiaolong. Jiaolong looked at the girl in front of him. He could feel a very strong sword intent radiating from her body. This sword intent could completely destroy him. "Sister, if you are so strong, don't bully me. Just take the fruit. You don't want to eat me." Sulinger didn't look at the fruit at all, she just stared at the dragon. She was really thinking about how to eat such a big guy. This dragon in the Great Saint Realm should be able to improve after being eaten by the disciples of the Star Palace. "Young master." Jiaolong couldn't stand Sulinger's eyes and ran directly back to the bottom of his lake, leaving behind a sentence. "Sister, I'll give you all those fruits, so don't try to mess with me. I still want to live a few more years." Sulinger curled her lips when she heard Jiaolong's words. This guy is too slippery. Why can't he be tougher? He's so cowardly. If he could be tougher, they could have the Jiaolong feast tonight. It's really a bit what a pity. Fantasy, the Empress was reincarnated as my daughter. Author, Daughter Wrong. Chapter 306. But there was nothing I could do. This guy was so scared that he didn't dare to come out. Sulinger was helpless. All I could do was go to the middle of the lake and pick the dragon power fruit away. Before I left, I took a special look at the lake and considered whether I should go down and catch that guy out. The dragon in the lake almost felt scared when he saw Sulinger still staring at the lake. "God, please protect me and don't let this devil come down. It's so terrible. If others see the overlord Jiaolong here being frightened like this, they will definitely be in disbelief. How did the once arrogant Jiaolong become like this? This is no wonder Jiaolong, other overlords would still have to kneel down, unless you are accurate. Emperor realm, otherwise everything will fail. However, there are no quasi-emperor realm monsters here, otherwise no one would dare to explore the central area. The strongest person here is the pinnacle of the Great Saint realm, and there is still a certain distance from the quasi-emperor realm. So Sulinger was not worried about any dangers here. In the end, Sulinger took the people and left here. It was not worth going down to catch the sky. It was a waste of time. If you have this little time, you might as well go find other places. Where is the material treasure? Xiaolong finally breathed a sigh of relief when he saw Sulinger leaving. Great, his life was saved. Sulinger took the disciples of the Star Hall and continued to the deepest part of the island, hoping that there would be something there. Better treasures can allow the disciples of the Star Palace to break through. Her current goal is to allow all the remaining Saint King Realm disciples to enter the Saint King Realm within 2 months. This is the lowest goal. If even this goal is achieved, if you can't achieve it, then you don't have to think about the quasi-emperor realm, it's just a fantasy. While Sulinger led the disciples to search for the treasure, they trained them to fight, and through the battle with some big monsters, they improved their combat effectiveness. It has been greatly improved. If the life and death arena trains people's life and death reflexes, then fighting monsters trains their all-round reflexes. Fighting monsters is different from fighting people. The way monsters fight is different. Savage and effective, when fighting monsters, they can understand the martial arts that simplify the complex. This makes the disciples of the Star Hall have a deeper understanding of their own martial arts, and they understand the things in their martial arts that they had not discovered before. So the martial arts created by Chang'e contain the most profound principle of simplicity, so now everyone has a certain level of understanding of their own martial arts. Sulinger can feel that everyone can understand their own artistic conception. This is it will make everyone's fighting power extremely powerful, and cross-level challenges are no problem. Those geniuses who cross-level challenges rely on these things, otherwise how can they defeat those whose spiritual power is stronger than them? Monster beasts falling into the hands of the disciples of the Star Palace, Sulinger will not take away the meat now. She will not take it away even if there are no monsters in the Great Saint Realm. The monster meat in the Saint King Realm is very important to the Star Palace. The people there have no effect, but it is a waste of time. 3 days later, Sulinger raised the realm of everyone in the Star Palace to the peak of the Holy King Realm. This is all the heavenly materials Sulinger collected during this period. All the treasures from heaven and earth have been used. What Sulinger lacks now is the treasures from heaven and earth that can allow everyone to break through the realm. Ordinary elixirs can no longer play any role in improving their realm. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Fantasy, the Empress was reincarnated as my daughter. Author, Daughter Wrong. Chapter 307. While Sulinger and others were searching, news spread throughout the monster island that someone had discovered a large area of dragon grass in a valley that could allow people to break through to the Saint King realm. Legend has it that asparagus grass was born under the nourishment of dragon energy, and is very suitable as a spiritual object for the breakthrough from the Holy King realm to the Holy King realm. Soon the news reached the ears of Sulinger and others. Sister Singer, how credible do you think this news is? Objectively speaking, I definitely don't believe this news, but what we need is this kind of natural and earthly treasure, and everyone has the amulet you gave me, Sister Linger, so we can go to even the most dangerous places. Sulinger nodded, I think so too. My amulet can definitely protect against all dangers, even if the Emperor comes. Sulinger is not talking nonsense. Almost no one in the entire heaven can break the amulet given to her by Suchanga, except of course her mother. After everyone settled the battle here, they rushed towards the place where the news came out. This place is really attractive to everyone. Many people who want to break through to the Saint King realm have a strong enough demand for asparagus grass, so everyone, regardless of whether the news is true or false, must come and take a look. This opportunity once missed, the next opportunity to break through to the Saint King realm will be even further away. Especially for those older practitioners, in order to live for a few more years, they must take a risk here. One day later, he led everyone to the valley where the news came out. Looking from the outside, the valley was full of rays of light, which was obviously a symbol of extremely rich natural and earthly treasures. Sulinger probed out his spiritual consciousness and wanted to check. She tried to see if there really was dragonweed inside, but she found that her consciousness was blocked and she couldn't get in at all. This was a bit interesting. It was indeed rare for her consciousness to be blocked. This was her first time. This was the first time I encountered this situation. Sulinger was not convinced, and used the technique Suchanga gave to herself, and immediately saw through all the illusions. There was indeed a certain amount of asparagus grass in the valley, but where it grows, there was something there. She could clearly detect that the asparagus was the bait that led everyone here. The end result should be that both the people and the treasures belonged to it. Sulinger couldn't recognize what it was. I can only see that it is a divine soul. It seems to be a remnant soul. It wants to use these people to strengthen itself. Sister Singer, please wear the amulets I gave you now. When the time comes, go in and listen to my command. Okay, Sister Linger, we get it. Everyone immediately put on the amulets given by Sulinger and waited for everyone's actions. There is a barrier outside the valley now. Although Sulinger and others can ignore this barrier, they still have to go in full view of everyone. It's too eye-catching. It's better to wait for the large army to enter and follow them. This is the safest way. Sulinger can see that the auspicious auras are all fake, and they are all caused by the guy inside. In order to attract more people to come in. After half a day, almost everyone on the island had arrived, and everyone was ready to bombard the barrier together. Several monks made a suggestion, and everyone agreed. Everyone moved. All the attacks are all concentrated together. Of course Sulinger and others must also contribute, otherwise it will arouse everyone's condemnation. Of course, no one will use all their strength. There are so many people here, so just put in a little effort. The people behind it was almost a show-off. After a round of attacks from everyone, the barrier did not disappear. Everyone was unconvinced and organized another attack. Everyone, please do your part and stop pretending. If the barrier cannot be blown open, no one can get the contents inside. What good will this do to you? Those people standing in front began to lobby against those who were fishing in troubled waters behind, and the people behind finally agreed to their request. Everyone gathered their strength to bombard the barrier again, and this time the barrier was broken. Everyone, rush, there are people inside. The babies are all ours. The group of people standing at the front rushed into the valley first. The people behind saw them rushing so fast and cursed angrily. These guys really don't have martial ethics. It's their own fault. The steps were not slow, and they rushed in quickly. If they got all the benefits, they would make wedding clothes for them. Sulinger and others stayed where they were and did not move. Sulinger could see that the barrier just now was completely. He opened it by himself, and it was obviously a show. The first time, he was just pretending, and the second time it was opened by everyone. No one noticed any difference, and after everyone went in, the barrier closed again. So they thought, you can't come out, it's a trap. Sister Linger, what should we do? This barrier is now closed. Don't worry, Sister Singer, I have a way. We'll go in later. Let them play now. There are too many people and it's a bit crowded. Sulinger is not in a hurry. She can enter this barrier at any time if she wants to. If she wants to take Singer and the others in with her, she can just poke a hole in this barrier. It's too easy for Sulinger. With such an awesome father as Suchanga, this is all trivial. After waiting for half an hour, Sulinger started to move. She had been looking at the guy inside, and she wanted to know what it wanted to do. The result was as she expected. The guy divided everyone and then used illusions to make them kill each other. The ultimate beneficiary was him, and everyone has stayed in place since entering. This is a huge illusion inside. Only the dragon grass is real, and all the remaining spiritual treasures are fake, so don't run around when you go in. Hey, wait, it's okay, you have the amulet, don't be afraid of anything, let's go meet this guy inside and see what it is. Sulinger took out his barbecue knife. This weapon is the best to use. Other swords are not suitable for this. Sulinger poured all his spiritual power into the barbecue knife. Sulinger used the barbecue knife scratched the barrier, and the barrier immediately cracked a hole. Then Sulinger used the barbecue knife to draw a door on the barrier and came out, let's go in. Singer and others followed Sulinger and walked in. The instigator inside suddenly felt that his barrier had been broken, and immediately looked over there. However, when he saw it, Sulinger and others had already come in. What everyone sees is completely different from what they see outside. What they see outside is a glow, but inside there is a thick aura of death. There is no glow at all. Everything they see outside is liar. Sister Linger, is the scene here real? It's completely different from the scene seen outside. Sister Singer, don't worry, I won't come in without asparagus. Everything here is fake, only Ostilina is real, so don't worry. Sulinger led everyone towards the deepest part, because the asparagus grass is in the innermost part. The controller of this valley was very puzzled that Sulinger and others were not affected by the illusion, and could only watch them step by step. When they arrived at the asparagus plant, it couldn't move and could only wait for them to come over. By the way, Sister Linger, what is there here? Sister Singer, actually I don't know either, I only saw a dark guy, seemingly a remnant soul. Singer nodded and didn't ask any more questions. She followed Sulinger and walked inside. As they walked, they found that everyone's clothes were gone, and all the people who had just come in had disappeared. This place is indeed it's a trap, but for Sulinger, this is a treasure place. After all, the dragonfly grass is real. After a while, Sulinger led everyone to the deepest place, and everyone also saw the dragonfly grass. There was a talisman. Everyone is completely undisturbed by any illusions here, so what they see is real. Hey, come out, I've seen you a long time ago, stop hiding. Who are you and why are you not affected by the illusion here? A voice sounded around everyone, with a creepy feeling in it. Okay, talk normally, we are not afraid of you, and you don't need to know who we are. We just want to ask you for some asparagus. I wonder if you will give it? The voice fell silent. Sulinger didn't care about that much. Hey, tell me, if you don't give it to us, just take it yourself. The shadow is calculating Sulinger's origin in the dark, but no matter how he calculates, it is all blank. Counting Sulinger is equivalent to calculating Suchanga. No one can calculate that. Suchanga is now it has already surpassed the Hedeo realm. Even this remnant soul couldn't be counted at its peak, let alone now. It is a little scared. This person must be someone it can't afford to offend. Otherwise, its remnant soul will not be able to offend. The soul is definitely about to dissipate. I have managed to survive for so many years, but I can't commit suicide now. No problem, you can take it. Can you leave a few plants for me so I can use them? Sulinger thought about it and left 2 of them, and took away the rest. This was her bottom line, otherwise she would take them all away. The remnant soul didn't say much, and left the rest. Just do it. You can still use it to attract people in the future. Sulinger's background is too strong, so it's better not to offend him. If you can't make enemies, you won't make enemies. This is the reason why hating can survive until now. Life is important. Everything else is external. Sulinger took the asparagus grass and left with the disciples of the Star Hall. Now that they have this thing, all of them can break through to the realm of the Saint King in a few days. For those who died, Sulinger will not care about these people. If you take risks on your own, you must be prepared to sacrifice. Fantasy, the Empress was reincarnated as my daughter. Author, Daughter Wrong. Chapter 308. Sulinger left with the disciples of the Star Hall. She and Remnant Soul did not interfere with each other, and there was no need to care about so many things. Sister Linger, do we really not care about those people? Sister Singer, their life and death have nothing to do with us. No one forces them to go in. If we stop them, they will definitely fight with us. After listening to Sulinger's words, she understood and no longer struggled with this matter. In fact, everyone's life and death are their own choices. The moment they stepped into the valley, their fate was already determined. No one can change it. Sulinger took everyone to find a quiet place and prepared to retreat. Now that the dragon grass is in hand, each of the 20 disciples of the Holy King realm can get 2 dragon grass. This maximized their chances of breaking through. Sulinger believed that they would all be able to break through. This was a cave of a great demon. Sulinger found that the environment here was relatively secluded, and it was in the middle of the cliff, so it was less disturbed by people. Each disciple took 2 asparagus plants from Sulinger's hands, and then walked into the cave. After all the disciples entered, Sulinger sealed the entrance of the cave with his sword intent. This cave was left behind. The original owner, Sulinger, did not kill it, but just discussed with it, using a few elixirs in exchange for a few days of its cave. Of course, the reason why it agreed was because Sulinger was too strong. In order to survive, it is better to agree. Who would not cherish their own life? With the protection of this monster, plus the sword intention left by Sulinger, it is enough to protect them from breaking through. Sulinger has to bring Singer went out to continue searching for heavenly materials and earthly treasures. After the other disciples break through to the Saint King realm, the demand for elixirs will definitely be greater. In order to ensure the speed of their promotion, a sufficient amount of elixirs must be guaranteed for them. And we also need to find some elixir for Singer to break through the realm. The elixir for breaking through from the Saint King realm to the Great Saint realm is even rarer than asparagus. I don't know how long it will take to find one for everyone. But Sulinger must try her best to get it together. There is a lot of energy in her spiritual wine, but that thing is too advanced for them, and they can't bear that kind of power. And if they use it to help them break through, it will leave them with sequelae, which is not very good for their future cultivation path. This kind of natural elixir grown in nature is better for them. The side effects are almost negligible, and it can be neutralized by the spiritual fluid. Completely eliminate the side effects. This is what they need most, so Sulinger can't waste a minute now. She must sweep up the elixirs here and take away everything that can be taken away. Only Sulinger and Singer, the 2 of them, collected the elixir much faster. In the past, they had to let the disciples of the Star Palace fight, but now any one of them can get a elixir. After a few hours, the 2 of them, the harvest was still great, and the efficiency was high if there were fewer people. In a short time, they got more than a dozen elixirs needed for the Holy King realm. While Sulinger and others were searching, they were also constantly exploring where there was information about breaking through to the Holy King realm. Helpful elixir. After half a day, Sulinger and Singer received news that there was a place with treasures of heaven and earth that could allow the Saint King to break through to the Great Saint. But they heard that there was a powerful monster there. The Guardian is also a dragon-type monster, called Sapphire Dragon. Its defense is one of the best among dragon-type monsters, so most people rarely think about the treasures it has. But Salinger is obviously not an ordinary person. She brought the star with her. She flew directly towards the sapphire dragon's territory. She wanted to see if there was any elixir there that could allow the Saint King to break through to the great saint. After all, some people will still spread some false news. This is the danger of human nature. Half an hour later, Salinger and Singer arrived at Sapphire Dragon's territory. The scenery here was quite good, and there were flowers and plants everywhere. Salinger and Singer looked at the layout here and guessed the gender of the Sapphire Dragon. This Sapphire Dragon should be a female. Sister Linger, how are you? Have you found out where the elixir is? Don't be anxious, Sister Singer, let's take our time and let me explore it. This Sapphire Dragon's territory is quite large, much larger than the valley last time. Salinger released her consciousness to search for the existence of the elixir inch by inch, and finally found a large amount of elixir aura in the northwest. Sister Singer, we found it. There is a lot of elixir aura over there. Let's go there. Salinger pointed to the northwest. The two of them flew there without hesitation. Salinger didn't look carefully. After finding out a lot of information about the elixir, he rushed over. The scene here is still quite exciting now. Sapphire Dragon looked at the people opposite and stared at them angrily. You are so despicable, you actually resorted to such despicable tactics. When I recover my spiritual power, I will make you look good. Haha, Sapphire Dragon, don't bother yourself. This is a medicine we specially refined to deal with dragon monsters. In just a few hours, the effect of the medicine will not wear off, so you can just be there quietly. Just watch us take it there. A few people on the other side were putting the elixir from the Sapphire Dragon medicine field into their own space rings. It was obvious that the Sapphire Dragon had been drugged by them. Now she could only watch angrily, but could not stop them. After a while, all the elixirs here were taken away by them. Haha, it's great. The harvest this time is really big. Brother, we made a lot of money this time. That's a must. If you follow me, I will ensure that you eat well and drink spicy food from now on. We won't have to worry about money or training resources in the future. Sapphire Dragon, let's go first, bye. A few people were about to leave when they suddenly turned around and looked at Sapphire Dragon. Brother, do you think we can give her some blood? The price of dragon blood should be pretty good too. What a great idea. We just focused on getting the elixir, but we forgot that there is a big ready-made treasure here. Several people came to Sapphire Dragon and discussed how to bleed. Sapphire Dragon was really furious. These guys took the elixir without saying anything and still wanted to have their own ideas. They were really bullying others. While trying her best to refine the medicinal power in her body, this specially prepared medicine kept her spiritual power in a slow-flowing state, so she now seemed to be immobilized. Brother, let's give her some blood from here. It should be fine here. The skinny monkey pointed at the Sapphire Dragon's legs. That's it, the defense there should be a little worse. The defense of the Sapphire Dragon is extremely strong. There is no way to break through her defense elsewhere. The reason why I chose her leg is because there is a scar there. That was the last time the Sapphire Dragon was attacked by a monster. It's scabbed now, but I don't know if they can break through it. The thin monkey took out his weapon and attacked that place, but it had no effect. His attack power was too poor. He was just a Saint King. Sapphire Dragon was also very aggrieved. He was plotted against by 3 Saint King realm people. It was so disgusting. These 3 guys didn't know where they got the powder. As soon as it was sprinkled on her, she was fixed in the original position. Damn, this was something she never expected. Brother, it doesn't seem to work. Our attack power is not enough. Although I attacked from her wound, it had no effect at all. The eldest brother doesn't believe in evil, so he tried it himself, and the result was the same. Sapphire Dragon ignored them. Although his spiritual power was restricted and his movements were restricted, according to the strength of these guys, he couldn't do it at all. Maybe drain her blood. She is now forcibly suppressing her anger and refining the power of the medicine with all her strength. This medicine is really too restraining for her. Several people walked around in front of the sapphire dragon, just to see if there was any place where they could let her get some blood. Of course, they are also counting the time for the medicine. Once the time is up, they will not even have a chance to run. Sulinger and Senior had already arrived just now. Looking at the scene here, the two of them, I don't know what to say. The sapphire dragon seems to have been petrified and is being manipulated here and there by 3 Saint King realms. It's really pitiful. Sister Linger, what's wrong with sapphire dragon? Why is it motionless? I guess it was those guys who did it. The most likely thing is that they drugged the sapphire dragon, otherwise she wouldn't have allowed them to mess around. So what should we do? Go up now. They should have taken away all the elixirs here. Hee, of course go up there, how could such a fun thing happen without us? Linger took Senior and teleported in front of Sapphire Dragon and those people. This was Sulinger's latest movement skill, shrinking into an inch. Yo, it's so lively here. Sulinger's words immediately frightened the 3 Saint King realm people over there and did not dare to take action. They could feel Sulinger's aura, which was the aura of the Great Sage realm. Senior, I wonder what you are planning to do here. A younger brother asked Sulinger according to his elder brother's eyes. Nothing, I just passed by here accidentally. When I saw someone here, I came over to take a look. I like to join in the fun. Senior, we don't have much excitement here. You should just go about your business. How can we, the little minions, catch your eye? Hey, don't say that. You are in the Saint King realm now. In a few months, you may break through to the Great Saint realm. By then we will be on equal footing. You are too modest. No matter what, seniors are so flattering. It would be great if a few of us with cultivation talents like us can break through to the Great Saint realm in a few years. It is really impossible in a few months. You have to believe in yourselves and don't give up on yourself. This is not a good idea. No, Senior, you are exaggerating in your praise. We still have a clear enough understanding of ourselves. Sulinger chatted with the 3 people like this. Senior stood aside and didn't understand what Sulinger wanted to do. Logically speaking, the 3 of them couldn't even catch Sulinger's moves, so why not just take away their space rings? Sulinger obviously had her own plans and continued to find topics to chat with that person. An hour passed quickly. Sulinger went from chatting at the beginning to explaining martial arts to them at the end. She tried her best. Senior was confused. What kind of operation was this? Sulinger stopped talking about martial arts and said to the other side, hey, you're not recovered yet. I don't want to talk anymore. Thank you for delaying this for so long. I, Sapphire Dragon, owe you a favor. Senior understood why Sulinger did that. It turned out that he was waiting for the Sapphire Dragon to recover. Senior, how do you help monsters harm humans? You will be despised by others. Those people had long forgotten the time while chatting with Sulinger. In addition, a strong man from the Great Saint realm helped them solve the confusion of martial arts. This is something they have never experienced in their lives, but they are destined to have no future. An opportunity. Under the crushing momentum of the Sapphire Dragon, the few of them disappeared between the heaven and the earth. Human, why do you want to help me? Sapphire Dragon stared at Sulinger, trying to see something in her eyes. Hee, I just feel it's fun, but I don't mean to help you. Besides, we are here to find the elixir. Will you give it to us? Oh, I wonder what elixir you want. It's not a precious elixir. I just want to ask you to find some elixir that can help people break through to the Great Saint realm. Do you have any? I really have this, do you think I will give it to you? Hee hee, little blue dragon, I feel you will give it to me, I believe in your character. Sapphire Dragon had a dark look on his face. Little blue dragon, thank you for calling me out. You are obviously the youngest one, okay. Of course she didn't say it clearly, I have some such elixir here. This is the dragon god fruit. This is the phoenix blood fruit, and the combination of the two can give people 8 levels of confidence in breaking through to the great saint realm. Sapphire Dragon took these two things out of the space rings of the 3 guys just now and threw them to Sulinger. After Sulinger caught them, they gave them to Singer. Singer put them away and had them. With these 2 treasures, the time for me to attack the great saint realm will soon come. Not bad. Is there any more? I need a lot of this elixir. Sulinger looked at the Sapphire Dragon and said. Do you think this kind of treasure is just a stone on the roadside? If there were so many, it would not be so difficult to break through the great sage realm. I only have this thing in my hand. Real. It's absolutely true, why am I lying to you, but I do know who still has this thing in his hand. Oh, tell me, I need a lot of these elixirs now. My mortal enemy, the dark demon dragon, has this kind of elixir. He should have more than one kind. It seems that the injuries on your body were caused by him, otherwise no one here would be able to break your defense. Sapphire Dragon nodded and acknowledged Sulinger's statement. She and the dark demon dragon have always been enemies. That guy has always wanted to have his own ideas. She gets very angry when she thinks of him. Let's make a deal. I'll help you get rid of him. How about you tell me who has this type of elixir? After hearing Sulinger's words, Sapphire Dragon couldn't believe it, because the dark demon dragon had already reached the pinnacle of the great sage realm, and obviously Sulinger was now at the high level of the great sage realm. Hey, little blue dragon, sometimes realm means nothing. You won't lose at all on this deal. Sapphire Dragon agreed after hesitating for a while. Indeed, she was not losing at all, and even if she couldn't defeat the dark demon dragon, she could still leave at any time. Okay, then I wish us a happy cooperation, and you will take us to the territory of the dark dragon. The Sapphire Dragon followed Sulinger's instructions and took the 2 of them to the territory of the dark demon dragon. The territory of the dark demon dragon is far away from the Sapphire Dragon's territory. This is because the Sapphire Dragon did it specifically to avoid his entanglement. After flying for 2 hours, they finally arrived at the territory of the dark demon dragon. The territory of the dark demon dragon was much larger than that of the Sapphire Dragon. Only now did a few people arrive at the outskirts of the territory. Why is the territory of the dark demon dragon so big? Your territory is a bit small, little blue dragon. Sapphire Dragon was a little speechless. It was really embarrassing to be called little blue dragon by an 8-year-old girl. But Sulinger was not embarrassed. She felt that little blue dragon's call was very smooth. Several people flew forward. After a distance, we finally came to the cave of the dark demon dragon. The cave of the dark demon dragon was the same as his name. It was pitch black and the devilish energy soaring into the sky made people feel extremely evil. Xiaolan, what kind of wind brings you here? Come on in and sit down. When the 3 of them arrived in front of the cave, they were sensed by the dark dragon inside. Of course, Sulinger specially made him feel it, otherwise he would not have discovered Sulinger until Sulinger stood in front of him. Dark dragon, don't hate me. Only one of us will die and only one will live. So give up your thoughts, I will not be with you. Oops, there are still people here who force others to be together. This is not kind. Who are you and what are you doing here? The dark demon dragon looked at Sulinger. He felt a faint sense of danger from Sulinger, but it was not very strong. It doesn't matter who I am. The purpose of my coming today is to help reconcile people. I promised her that I would send you to hell. I wonder if you can agree to my request. Haha, Xylan, are you kidding me? You found a high-level kid from the Great Saint Realm and you just want to kill me, the dark demonic dragon? You look down on me too much. Hey, stop it, I said this to her, it has nothing to do with her, and I don't think you have any pressure in front of me, just a few tricks are enough to deal with you. Really? I want to see if your strength is as powerful as your mouth. I hope you can have a good pregnancy in your next life. Ha ha ha, interesting. No one has said this to me for a long time. Let me learn the attack methods of the dark dragon. Then I will give you a good thing. The dark hand seal. The dark dragon released a huge black palm print towards Sulinger. Welcome, Sulinger pointed out, and the sword-wielding finger gently touched the giant palm, and the giant palm dissipated. Fantasy, the empress was reincarnated as my daughter. Author, Daughter Wrong. Chapter 309. The dark demonic dragon's eyes narrowed, and the look in his eyes when he looked at Sulinger changed. He could feel Sulinger's sword intention. It was an extremely strong sword intention. If he didn't use it, it would be shocking. This little girl had a very high understanding of the sword intention. You have some tricks, no wonder you are so arrogant. I want to see how strong your sword intention is. Hee, your attack methods aren't very good. Come on, use something more powerful to put some pressure on my sword intent. Sulinger looked at the dark dragon. Haha, okay, let me show you the tricks of my dark dragon. Don't be scared to cry later. Dark Law, Dark Knight Spear. A black spear appeared in front of the dark dragon, with the power of dark laws tumbling on it, giving people a mysterious feeling. Sulinger could feel the energy in the spear, which was indeed very strong, but her current sword intent is no longer comparable to what it used to be. Although after coming to Monster Island, it was actually the disciples of the Star Palace who were practicing, but Sulinger has not fallen behind. Her sword intent has already entered the 3rd level. The peak of the 3rd level is only one step away from the 4th level. What she needs now is a strong opponent. The power of the Dark Law is equivalent to the power of her sword intention, which can completely help her continue to refine her sword intention. The look in her eyes fighting spirit again and again. Go! The dark dragon's war spear flew towards Sulinger, and ripples were drawn in the space. Well done, 4 Seasons Sword Judgment, 4 Seasons Alternating Sword. Sulinger's sword intention immediately condensed into a big sword, with the 4 sword intentions of spring, summer, autumn, and winter on it, and it was still transforming back and forth. Under the gazes of Sapphire Dragon and Singer, the war spear and the big sword collided. Together, the surrounding space was shaken out of cracks. It was obvious that the attacks of the two people had far exceeded the limit of the Great Saint Realm. The two weapons collided in the air. Sulinger did not stop and directly used Chikuka. Changkun attacked the Dark Demon Dragon. The Dark Demon Dragon felt the moment Sulinger disappeared and immediately punched the right rear. He could feel the slight fluctuations in the space there. However, his attack had no effect. Sulinger appeared on his left, pointed a finger, and a sword light flew towards the head of the Dark Demon Dragon. The Dark Demon Dragon instantly turned his head away, then stepped back, and the sword light passed across his neck. A thin line was left, and dark black blood slowly seeped out. If the Dark Demon Dragon hadn't experienced hundreds of battles, his head would have flown out just now. Oh, yes, I have a lot of combat experience. Sulinger felt regretful in her heart. If he had reacted slower, the battle would have ended just now. He is indeed a monster tempered in life and death, and his reaction is fast enough. I underestimated you. To show my respect for you, I will try my best next. You should have tried your best long ago. If it weren't for your body's instinctive reaction, you would be gone now, so it's time to put away your pride. Break it for me. Sulinger increased the output of sword intent to the alternating seasons sword, and the alternating seasons sword burst out with powerful sword intent, directly cutting off the Dark Knight spear. Come, Let me see what else you can do. The dark demon dragon general's expression became more solemn. He could feel that Sulinger had just unleashed all her sword intent to the extreme. She had been hiding her strength. It turned out that he was not the only one hiding her strength. He began to mobilize all his strength. Then let's see who has the stronger attack. Dark Law, Dark Night Demon Feather. Black feathers enveloped the entire space, and Sulinger seemed to be in a cage. Sulinger pinched her fingerprints and said, Wanjian Chaozong. Countless sword lights flew out and collided with the feathers, and both sides were destroyed. Sulinger and the dark demon dragon fought in the magic feathers and sword lights. Both of them had extremely strong defenses, so they were completely inside. Without scruples, they collided directly. Although Sulinger's body was small, the two of them were not at a disadvantage when they collided. Moreover, the dark spiritual power of the dark demonic dragon seemed to be suppressed by Sulinger's flame aura. There was no trace of anything at all. The advantages. This time it was me who made the first move, the sword intent of the four seasons and the space cage. The dark demonic dragon was wrapped in a space by the sword intent. The sword intent of the four seasons alternated inside. He was always bearing the impact of the sword intent. What a powerful move, what a domineering move, the dark dragon secretly thought in his heart. He felt as if his body was locked in this space. He could only stay in place and accept the impact of the sword. It was extremely difficult to move. He burst out with all his spiritual power, dark law, black hole space. A black film appeared around the dark demon dragon, swallowing up all the sword intent that came to him. This is his most powerful defense method, which can absorb all power. This is the first time he has fought for so many years. I feel that my black hole space is restricted to a certain extent. However, because there is still a small gap between Sulinger's realm and my own now, my spiritual power itself is a little stronger than Sulinger's. If the two are at the same level, he has long been defeated. Dark Law, Dark Magic Sun. A black sun slowly rose from behind the dark dragon. He obviously wanted to use this move to break Sulinger's sword space. But how could Sulinger let him succeed? Spring, summer, autumn, and winter, the four seasons alternate. All things are born. There was a lot more life in the entire sword intent space. The dark demon dragon felt that his dark law was a little purified, and the power of his dark demon sun dropped sharply. Unable to wait any longer, he controlled the dark demon sun and crashed into it. The space barrier tried to break the sword intention space. However, there were more and more sword intentions in the entire sword intention space, and finally they gathered together to form a sword intention pagoda. The pagoda expanded infinitely and headed towards the dark demonic Sunday come down. Soon the two met each other, and the two sides began to fight. The defense of the dark dragon could no longer hold on. With the emergence of the effect of all things, the sword energy in the entire sword intent space was also increasing. This made his pressure even heavier. Sulinger outside looked at the stalemate battle inside and felt that there was no need to wait any longer. The dark dragon was only so strong and it was time to end. She mobilized her Holy Spirit bloodline and released bloodline magical power. She is going to use bloodline magical power to perform sword skills this time. She wants to see the power of bloodline magical power. Bloodline magical power, flame sword, Sulinger recited silently in her heart. This was the name she gave to her move. The flame spiritual power in Sulinger's body surged out, and a flaming sword appeared in front of her. The flames on this sword were burning autonomously, as if it would never go out. The huge flaming divine sword flew through the sword space towards the dark demon dragon. The dark demon dragon raised his head and looked at the flaming sword flying towards him. He felt death from it. The taste of death was something he had not experienced for many years. Ever since he entered the peak of the Great Saint realm, he had never felt that fighting was so difficult, and the smell of death had never been so strong. He burst out all the power, once again cast a dark magic sun. Xylan, I'm gone, and I may never be able to protect you again. Take care of yourself, and learn to be smarter, and don't be so stupid. Then the dark demonic dragon directly burned the power of his whole body and exploded with the strongest blow. He turned into a magic sun and rushed towards the flame divine sword. After hearing the words of the dark demonic dragon, Sapphire in the distance saw the dark demonic dragon. The tears flowing out of Longian suddenly felt that his heart hurt a little. What did it feel like, and why did he feel so much pain in his heart? Miss Linger, please be merciful, the Sapphire Dragon shouted at Solinger without hesitation. Hearing the Sapphire Dragon's voice, Solinger immediately withdrew the sword intention space, but it was too late to control the flame divine sword. The dark demonic dragon transformed into Doomsday has collided with the flame divine sword. The two major attacks released their power, and the surrounding environment and space were blown into pieces by the aftermath of the attacks. After that, a super big pit appeared on the ground. Solinger gasped. She took a breath. It was her first time to experience such a high-intensity battle. She had never fought so happily before. The Sapphire Dragon immediately flew towards the pit. Arjun, how are you? Dark Demon Dragon's nickname is Arjun. He and Sapphire Dragon grew up together in the past. They both lived on Dragon Island. At that time, they were still carefree. Unfortunately, the good times did not last long. Dragon Island did not know why. After being destroyed, their parents sent them out, and the two of them came to Monster Island at the same time. They started their new life. However, Monster Island is not as carefree as Dragon Island. There are intrigues and intrigues everywhere. It is impossible for Sapphire Dragon to survive with a personality like this. The Dark Demon Dragon quickly adapted to the life here. In order to let Sapphire Dragon survive, he announced that Sapphire Dragon was his food, and anyone who dared to take advantage of her was his mortal enemy. In this way, the two turned against each other. In fact, the Dark Demon Dragon did not want to do this, but the Sapphire Dragon was too kind-hearted, so he had no choice but to make this move. In this way, the Sapphire Dragon was safe, but the Dark Demon Dragon almost he would fight many times every day and secretly protect the Sapphire Dragon every day. In order to make things real, he never told the Sapphire Dragon about this matter, so the Sapphire Dragon hated the Dark Demon Dragon. Many years later, the Dark Demon Dragon he had grown into the overlord of Monster Island. He explained to Sapphire Dragon, but Sapphire Dragon didn't listen to his explanation at all, and the two of them were dragged on until now. At the moment when he was about to die, the Dark Demon Dragon finally thought about what he had thought about all these years. Now that he has said what he said, he has no regrets. Arjun, don't scare me, please say something quickly. The Sapphire Dragon helped up the Dark Demon Dragon, and kept putting the elixir in his hand into the Dark Demon Dragon's mouth. Ahem, Xylan, your efforts are in vain. I have burned all my strength. Don't waste the elixir on me. No, Arjun, I don't care, tell me if you were secretly protecting me before. It's been so many years since those things happened, so why mention him? Sapphire Dragon has been feeling that someone is following her for a while, but she has tried every means to find the person following her. Of course, with her methods, how could she find the hiding Dark Demon Dragon? No, I want to hear you tell me personally that I will protect you from now on. After the Dark Demonic Dragon burned all its energy, it only managed to save one life, and its cultivation level may not be restored. Well, I can't do anything to you. Let me tell you. This story is very long and you may have to listen to it for a long time. Let me explain to you what happened after we came to Monster Island. From the moment we stepped into Monster Island, the two of us have been targeted by the powerful people in the Great Saint Realm here, because our blood is the Orthodox Dragon bloodline and can help them attack the Quasi-Emperor realm. We had not yet entered the Holy Realm at that time, and our hope of survival was originally very low, but a strong man from the great holy realm of the sub-dragon type stood up and he did not agree with what they did. That great saint realm powerhouse is the top here, but he has no way to save the two of us. He can only keep one person, and the remaining people will become the nourishment of everyone. I made a decision, let the two of us kill each other, and then let me break away and leave you in the territory of the strong man. And our realm at that time was not very high. Those strong people were keeping us free, waiting for us to become strong, and then use us as nourishment. After I performed that scene, I left Monster Island and went outside to look for opportunities. Leaving you here alone will allow that strong man to protect you with peace of mind. A year later, I broke through to the Saint realm and rushed back from the outside. At that time, you had not yet broken through to the Saint realm. I knew that your situation was still very safe, so I felt relieved and changed my identity to practice here. I got a technique to hide my aura outside. The monsters here never found out that I was the escaped dragon. A few years later, I entered the Saint King realm, but that strong man of the sub-dragon type was no longer good and could no longer protect you. That day I went directly to challenge all the strong men of the great Saint realm here. The battle lasted until the sky was dark and the earth was dark. I used the power left by my father to severely injure all the powerful men in the great Saint realm. From that day on, no one dared to catch my attention anymore, so they shifted their target to you. That's why I released that statement and have been following you secretly. If anyone dares to take advantage of you, I will kill him. Those strong men in the great Saint realm were recovering from their injuries, so they sent the people below to do it. So in those days, I experienced dozens of battles almost every day. Because of such crazy fighting, I quickly entered the great Saint realm. Since then, they gave up the idea of attacking you, because I killed the strongest great saint realm after I broke through the great saint realm. Sapphire Dragon burst into tears when she heard the Dark Demon Dragon's story. She didn't expect that the Dark Demon Dragon had been protecting her for so many years, but she had always hated the Dark Demon Dragon. Xiaolan, don't cry, crying doesn't look good. Didn't I say it when I was a kid? I am your strong backing. I will protect you no matter what. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Fantasy, the Empress was reincarnated as my daughter. Author, Daughter Wrong. Chapter 310. Arjun, I'm sorry, it was my fault in the first place. I should have listened to your explanation long ago. Xiaolan, it's not too late. I feel that this battle is the most relaxed I have ever been. I really want to lie in your arms forever. The Dark Demon Dragon's eyes closed, and Xiaolan quickly shook him. Hey, little blue dragon, stop shaking it, he will really die if you shake it. Sulinger walked up and stopped the Sapphire Dragon. Little blue dragon, this guy just fainted, and his body is in a broken state now. It will really fall apart after a while. Miss Linger, what should we do? Can Ajin recover? If I meet other people, I really can't recover, but I can, just wait. Sulinger poured out a drop of his own spirit wine, diluted it to 1%, and drank it for the Dark Demon Dragon. The spirit wine Suchanga prepared for Sulinger can be life-saving when used on others. It's the same as the medicine for improving one's cultivation, but Sulinger hasn't had the chance to give it to others yet. The medicine for improving one's cultivation Ching Sulinger would definitely not do it. This would be counterproductive and would be very harmful to that person. But healing is another matter. Healing requires Sulinger to use special means to guide the spiritual wine into the body of the person before its healing effect can be exerted. Sulinger used a specific technique to guide this drop of diluted spiritual wine into the body of the dark dragon. The meridians of the Dark Demon Dragon began to recover slowly. Under Sulinger's guidance, the drop of spiritual wine circulated in the Dark Demon Dragon's body for a week, repairing all the meridians. At the same time, It also provides spiritual energy to the dark demon dragon, allowing his body to operate independently and then heal its flesh wounds on its own. Half an hour later, the drop of spiritual wine was finally used up in the dark demon dragon's body, and all the dark demon dragon's injuries were healed. Okay, let's wait for him to wake up. Sulinger clapped her hands and stood up. Miss Linger, thank you very much. You are my great benefactor to Sapphire Dragon. I am really grateful to you. If it weren't for you, I would not be reconciled with Ajin, nor would you let me understand what true guardianship is. You're welcome, little blue dragon, your story is very touching. You will have to make up for it in the future, hee hee. The Sapphire Dragon looked shyly at the dark dragon lying there in the distance. Don't worry, Miss Linger, I will take good care of Ajin. Okay, then I wish you happiness. Sulinger waited for the dark demon dragon to wake up, because she still wanted to get something from him. Looking at the Sapphire Dragon in the distance sitting under the sunset holding the dark demon dragon, Singer felt envious. Sister Linger, do you think they look like the couple they say they are? When you say this, I really feel that way. The story of these two people is still very exciting. This can also be regarded as the tempering of our mentality during the experience. Yes, we really won't have such a wonderful experience in the Star Palace. The outside world is still very good. When the Dark Dragon wakes up, we can get some information from him. If there is no longer any need to stay here, we should look for a new place. Sapphire Dragon. He smiled happily, finally able to be with Sapphire Dragon. He felt his body and found that he had recovered as before, which was incredible. He remembered that after the battle yesterday, all the meridians in his body were severely damaged, and now he is recovering better than before, and many hidden injuries are gone. He looked at Sulinger in the distance and knew why he recovered so well. It should be Sulinger's credit. Sulinger, there was something in his body that even the dark demonic dragon could not see through. He could feel that Sulinger had an extraordinary life and must be the descendant of a strong man. The Sapphire Dragon woke up and looked at the dark demonic dragon. Waking up, Ajin, you woke up, how do you feel, are you feeling better? Don't worry, Xiaolan, my injury has healed, and I feel like I've been reborn. I'm confident that I can break through to the Quasi-Emperor realm in 1 year. Yeah, okay, then I'll stay with you. From now on, we will never be separated again. Hey, you guys are saying these disgusting love words next, I have something to do with you. Sulinger interrupted the entanglement between the two and looked at them with big eyes. Miss Linger, thank you for saving my life and giving me such a great opportunity. I really appreciate you. The dark dragon bowed to Sulinger. Okay, don't say these useless words. It's very annoying. Now I want to know where on this monster island is there any elixir that can make the breakthrough from the Saint King realm to the Great Saint realm. After hearing Sulinger's words, the dark demonic dragon thought for a moment and took out a few spiritual herbs from his space ring. This can help with breakthrough, but these are only enough for one person. Sulinger took the spiritual grass handed over by the dark demon dragon and handed it to Sulinger to put it away. Real? I heard from Little Blue Dragon that you have quite a few here. I only have so many here. I did have them before, but I swallowed them all. Now there are very few of these elixirs on the entire monster island. Otherwise, there wouldn't be only a dozen Great Saint Realm monsters. Then tell me who still has such elixir in their hands, and I'll ask them to borrow some. After hearing Sulinger's words, the corners of the dark demon dragon's mouth twitched. With this word, you are always talking about true demonic nature. He can already imagine the miserable situation of those monsters. There is a dead pig head next to my territory. He should have this elixir to break through the realm, but there shouldn't be much, and there won't be any left. Okay, then take me to find that guy. If you can find something, it's worth it. The dark demon dragon took Sulinger and others to the territory of Wujin Beizhu, the territory next to him, Old Zoo, are you here? Come out to discuss something. What's your name? Black Dragon Boy, Grandpa Pig is hundreds of years older than you. Can you respect your elders? The age of monsters is generally longer than that of humans, so a few hundred years is just the middle age stage for monsters. You give me a start. When your strength reaches your age, I will call you elder. Hey, you brat, your Grandpa Pig is so unworthy. Come on, I don't want to talk to you about this topic anymore. Let's change the topic. Oh, isn't this a sapphire dragon? You kid can do it. You old crook, talk about business, don't go too far. Dark Demon Dragon had a dark look on his face. Although Wu Jinbeizu said so, he was still very loyal. He had helped Dark Demon Dragon a lot in the past, so the relationship between the two was still good. What is business? This time it is business. Shouldn't you and Sapphire Dragon have a wedding ceremony? This is what you owe others. Did I say far away? Wu Jinbaozu knows the difficulties of the Dark Demon Dragon. When the two of them were training together before, the Dark Demon Dragon had a heart-to-heart relationship with Wu Jinbaozu. That's why Wu Jinbaozu is so excited today. This boy finally realized his wish. He was really very happy for him. Although this kid usually looked very cold, he knew that the Dark Demon Dragon always had the Sapphire Dragon in his heart. Every time he saw the Sapphire Dragon, Wu Jinbaozu could tell it from his face. The same look, that's a doting look. Okay, old pig, we will talk about our affairs later. Let me introduce to you. This is our benefactor, Suling. Thanks to her, we can reconcile, so I want to ask you for a favor. Wu Jinbeizu looked at Suling, and Suling was also looking at him. The guy that the Dark Demon Dragon brought her to was really sloppy. Since I am your benefactor, you are my old pig's benefactor. If you have any difficulties, tell me. Then let me tell you straight, Lao Tzu and the others need the elixir to help the Saint King break through to the Great Saint Realm. I wonder if you have any here. Oh, this is what you are talking about. I thought it was a big deal. Well, this is the Yuanling flower, which can help the Saint King to break through to the Great Saint. Seeing Wu Jinbaozu being so happy, several people were stunned for a moment. The Dark Demon Dragon didn't expect this guy to be so loyal. Thanks a lot, old pig. The Dark Demon Dragon took the Yuanling flower in his hand and handed it to Xing, who put the treasure away again. Boy, Mr. Pig, I have lived for so long. I see some things more clearly than you. You have to treat Xiaolan well. If you dare to bully others, Xiaolan, come to me and I will help you vent your anger. The Sapphire Dragon responded with a red face. The Dark Demonic Dragon ignored Wu Jinbao Pig. This guy is like this. He always likes to make fun of others. Okay, old pig, I'm leaving first, and I'll bring Xiaolan to visit you later. No problem, kid. From now on, you will definitely call me old pig to drink your wedding wine. Old pig, I like liveliness the most. Okay, no problem, it's all up to you, I'll definitely let you drink to your fill. The four of them bid farewell to Wu Jinbeizu and flew towards the territories of other Great Saint Realm monsters. We have got the old pig here, and there is an old goat over there. We are trying our luck at his place, maybe he has some too. Okay, you can make the arrangements and I will take care of it. Are there any other places here that we can visit? We can try our luck with the old pig, the old goat, and 3 monsters from the Great Saint Realm, but the rest are gone. Then the 4 of them arrived at the old goat's territory. The old goat, like Wu Jinbeizu, after hearing the introduction of the Dark Dragon, directly gave him the elixir in his hand and wished him happiness with the Sapphire Dragon. It can be seen that the friendship between the old goat and the Dark Demon Dragon is also very good. When the Dark Demon Dragon was training, he had always been with Wu Jinbeizu and the old goat, so the relationship between the 3 of them was very good. After a while, the dark demon dragon Long took Sulinger and others to visit the remaining 3 monsters one by one, and Sulinger borrowed elixirs from them. Of course, the method was definitely not as simple as Lao Goat and Wu Jin Baozu, because the dark demon dragon had no friendship with them, so Sulinger directly asked them to take it. In order not to implicate the dark demon dragon and the 2 of them, Sulinger only let the dark demon dragon lead the way and did not let him show up. So Suling, after tidying up the 3 guys, they respectfully gave the elixir in their hands to Sulinger. To Sulinger's surprise, these 3 people actually found 5 kinds of broken realms. The elixirs, this is really an unexpected harvest. In addition to the 4 kinds obtained from the dark demon dragon, they now have 9 kinds of realm-breaking elixirs, enough for 9 people to break through to the Great Saint realm. However, only Singer is now qualified to break through to the Great Saint realm. The other disciples have just broken through to the Holy realm, so their breakthrough will take some time. During this time, Sulinger and the others can search slowly, so they won't be too entangled. When the time comes, it will depend on who can advance faster. Sulinger said goodbye to the 2 dark demon dragons, and returned to the cave where the disciples broke through with Singer. With the protection of the monster, everyone's breakthrough went very smoothly. Sulinger gave the reward to the monster and walked into the cave. The monster put away the elixir given by Sulinger with an excited look in its eyes. These elixirs were things that he had never dared to think about before. He just asked Sulinger to help him find some elixirs that he could use. He didn't expect that the elixirs Sulinger brought back were so advanced. When Sulinger came in front of the disciples, they all opened their eyes. "Sister Linger, Senior Sister Singer, you are back." The 2 nodded. "Have you all broken through to the Saint King realm? Have you stabilized your realm?" "Don't worry, Sister Linger, we have completely stabilized our realm at the lower level of the Saint King realm. We now have the confidence to challenge the 2 levels, and we can have a try with the higher level of the Holy King realm. Okay, now that everyone has broken through, our trip to Monster Island can be over. Sister Singer and I went out to get the elixir for Jugfen breakthrough, so you have to speed up your practice. Whoever practices the fastest will be the first to break through to the Great Saint realm, so come on, we don't need to stay at Monster Island anymore, let's get ready to go to the next place." "Okay, Sister Linger, don't worry, we will definitely work hard." "Well, of course I will continue to collect elixirs that break through the realm until everyone breaks through to the Great Saint realm. I believe this day will not be too far away." Sulinger and others studied the map and determined the next target location. This time the location is a large commercial island 100 miles away from Monster Island. This is highlighted on the map provided by Wanbao Chamber of Commerce. Place, and also told Sulinger about the situation here. A huge auction event is held here every year, and there are all kinds of treasures in it, so as long as he has money, Sulinger can buy breakthrough items from here. Miraculous medicine. According to the people from the Wanbao Chamber of Commerce, the auction here should start in half a month, which is enough time for Sulinger and the others to arrive. Sulinger took the disciples from the Star Palace and flew towards the outside of Monster Island. Fantasy, the Empress was reincarnated as my daughter. Author, Daughter Wrong. Chapter 311. Half an hour later, Sulinger led everyone to the Wanbao Chamber of Commerce's boat pickup location. This is a small island 10 miles away from Monster Island. Wanbao Chamber of Commerce built the dock here. Because Monster Island did not have the conditions to build a dock, Wanbao Chamber of Commerce built the dock here. There is also a temporary gathering point of Wanbao Chamber of Commerce here. Seeing the purple card that Sulinger took out, he immediately invited Sulinger and others in. "Hello, when will your ship arrive?" "Dear distinguished guest, the next boat will be in half an hour. Just wait here and we will make arrangements for you." "Well, okay, remember to arrange it for us on the top floor, we won't be short of money." Yes, no problem, distinguished guest. The waiter looked at Sulinger and others, full of envy in his heart. It's really good to have money. Half an hour later, the boat arrived. After the waiter finished the matter for Sulinger, Sulinger rewarded him. The spiritual stone was the thing she needed most. The waiter thanked Sulinger very much and thanked her repeatedly. Sulinger waved her hand and got on the boat. On the boat, Sulinger and others were all sitting and watching. On the viewing platform. How well do you understand your respective skills? Sister Singer has already understood the fighting spirit from the Bawang fist. Your skills are also extraordinary. Learn something as soon as possible to increase your strength. All the disciples nodded. They understood what Sulinger said. They could feel the artistic conception in the technique, but they still felt that something was missing. Sister Singer, let's release the artistic conception together and let them feel it. Maybe it can promote their understanding. Sister Linger is right, this is a good method, you should grasp it yourself. I understand, senior sister, everyone said in unison. Singer released his fighting intent and enveloped all the disciples. Sulinger also released his sword intent and enveloped them. How much they can comprehend depends on their luck. Soon, all the disciples entering the state of cultivation, they understood the artistic conception that enveloped them, and at the same time felt the similarities with the artistic conception in their own martial arts. Their understanding was still good, and they soon found the similarities between the two and started their own enlightenment. Sulinger and Singer looked at each other, with surprises in their eyes. Apparently some disciples had also entered the state of enlightenment. Suchanga was a little surprised when he saw so many disciples entering the state of enlightenment at the same time. The disciples of Sien Chen Hall, they all have very good understanding. They raised their hands and set up a barrier to separate them from the outside world. After all the disciples understand the artistic conception, their chances of breaking through to the quasi-emperor realm will also be greatly increased. In fact, if you want to break through to the quasi-emperor realm requires the assistance of artistic conception, because the quasi-emperor needs to comprehend the world, and artistic conception is the way for practitioners to comprehend the world. This is the fastest way, otherwise no matter how much your spiritual power is improved, you will not be able to break through to the quasi-emperor realm. This is also one of the difficulties in breaking through to the quasi-emperor realm. Sulinger and Singer quietly waited for their disciples to realize their enlightenment, and at the same time they were deepening their cultivation of this artistic conception. Through the battle with the dark demonic dragon, Sulinger felt when the bottleneck of his sword intention is loosened, he will soon be able to break through to the 4th level. After Singer realized the fighting intention, he has been pondering this strange power, because the growth of fighting intention is very strange, and it is related to the growth of fighting intention. It has something to do with herself. The stronger her fighting will is, the faster her fighting spirit will increase. Although she did not fight a few battles on Monster Island, her fighting spirit has reached the 2nd level, as if this artistic conception is tailor-made for her. Of course, the reason why Singer's fighting spirit increased so quickly is because her understanding came from the giant man. Her starting point was high, so her fighting spirit increased quickly. But it will slow down after reaching the 4th level. When the time comes, she will need to improve herself through a lot of fighting. Suchanga knows Singer's situation, so he is not surprised by Singer's rapid improvement. If Singer has not reached the 2nd level of fighting spirit, then he was surprised. After all, the founder of Bawangquan was also a supreme figure. Even he had to admire that guy's talent. The fighting spirit of that guy back then was so strong that even the sky dared to challenge him. Ridiculous. Time passed slowly as everyone practiced, and 10 days later, the ship arrived at its destination, Golden Island. Because the business here is very developed, the people who come here are the kind of people who have a lot of wealth. After all, although the treasures here are many, but the price is also very expensive, and ordinary people cannot afford it. In order to highlight the status of this place, people call it the Golden Island, a paradise for the rich. The disciples have all woken up, and their epiphany lasted for 8 days. After waking up, everyone had joy on their faces. Obviously, the fruits of enlightenment were fruitful. Everyone had already realized the seeds of the artistic conception. There were also disciples who realized it quickly, and they were only halfway away from comprehending the true artistic conception. Stepped up. Sulinger was very satisfied with everyone's progress, so that she could achieve her goal. After everyone got off the boat, they entered the golden city of Golden Island, which is the middle of the entire island and where the auction is held. Sulinger and others walked around and found that the inns here were already full. It seemed that the people who came here were really not short of money, because the prices in many inns were sky high. Sister Linger, what should we do? The inns here are all full. Even if we have money, we have no place to stay. This is also the first time that everyone feels the feeling of having money that cannot be spent. There you go, I know where we're going, follow me. Sulinger led everyone to the Wanbao Chamber of Commerce on Golden Island. Everyone looked at the Wanbao Chamber of Commerce in front of them and immediately knew what Sulinger was thinking. Yes, they also have the purple card from the Wanbao Chamber of Commerce, which they should make good use of. When everyone walked into the Wanbao Chamber of Commerce, a waiter immediately ran up to them. Dear guests, welcome to Wanbao Chamber of Commerce. Do you need anything? Sulinger took out the purple card and waved it in front of the waiter. We are late and want to find a place to stay. I wonder if you can solve it? The waiter looked at the purple card in Sulinger's hand and immediately became very respectful. This purple card represents a big shot in their Wanbao Chamber of Commerce. He actually saw a distinguished guest holding a purple card today. Dear distinguished guests, please wait here. I will find our steward for you immediately. Xiaomei, come and serve tea to all the distinguished guests. A sweet-looking girl arranged seats for Sulinger and the others, and brought them fruits and tea. Sulinger gave her a bag of spiritual stones with a snap of her fingers. Thank you for your hard work. Xiaomei immediately said excitedly, thank you for the reward, distinguished guest. Sulinger smiled at her and said, okay, go ahead and do your work. We can just wait here. No, this distinguished guest, we have regulations, we must provide the best service to the Zika guest. Okay, then you stay here. Looking at Xiaomei's troubled expression, Sulinger did not continue to persuade her. A fat manager was drinking tea in the private room and admiring the scenery outside. There was a knock on the door outside. Come in. The waiter who just came in said, Manager Pang, there is a Zika VIP coming outside and wants us to find a place for her. I can't handle it, so I have to come to you. When Manager Pang heard the waiter's words, he immediately stood up excitedly. What did you say? Say it again. Manager, there is a Zika VIP outside who wants to help us. Are you sure it's the real Zika? Yes, controller, I'm pretty sure. How many are they? Back to the manager, there were 22 of them, all of them women, and the one holding the card looked like he was only 8 years old. Manager Pang immediately thought of the new list of purple cards issued by the headquarters the previous month. One of them was a VIP of this purple card. The headquarters wanted to have a good relationship with her. Because the headquarters said that this little girl is only 8 years old. She is already at the Great Saint Realm and has very strong fighting power, and the group of Saint King Realm women around her are also the best in the same realm. This is a very big boost for their Wanbao Chamber of Commerce. The headquarters wants to first communicate with after they get in touch and build a good relationship. A dedicated person will come to make a deal with them later. Quick, take me to see them. Mr. Pang was overjoyed. He was worried that he would not be promoted. Now if he establishes a good relationship with this Zika VIP, his promotion will be just around the corner. Pang Wanli has never been so excited before, and he even ran out. Yes, The waiters in the hall have never seen Manager Pang in such a hurry. Pang Wanli entered the private room where Sulinger and the others were staying. He was even more happy when he saw the appearance of Sulinger and others. It was them and the headquarters. The portraits distributed are exactly the same. Respect distinguished guests, I heard that you don't have a place to stay? Sulinger looked at the fat man who walked in. Are you the supervisor here? Yes, my name is Pang Wanli, and he is the general manager of this branch. I will help you solve the problem you raised. Then I'm sorry to bother you. We didn't want to disturb you at first, but now all the inns in the city are full. We have money and no place to spend it, so we can only disturb you. Don't disturb, VIP, you are serious. Our headquarters has already issued an order. We received your VIP status a month ago. You come to Wanbao Chamber of Commerce is our blessing. How can we think you are disturbing? Sulinger nodded with satisfaction. After all, they had no choice but to come to Wanbao Chamber of Commerce to try their luck. I didn't expect this purple card to be so easy to use. It's really good. Distinguished guests, come with me and I will arrange a place for you. Pang Wanli took Sulinger and others to a manor. It covers a large area and has beautiful scenery. It is very suitable for living. Distinguished guests, would you like to see this place? If possible, I will arrange for you to stay here. No problem, it's very nice here. As long as you are satisfied. If you are not satisfied, we will continue to ask you. As a Zika VIP, your treatment must be the best. There are not many black card VIPs in the Wanbao Chamber of Commerce, and those people are all important figures in the quasi-emperor realm and generally will not appear here, so the purple card VIPs are the most distinguished guests of the Wanbao Chamber of Commerce. By the way, are you here to attend the grand auction in a few days? Yes. Does your Wanbao Chamber of Commerce know anything about the auction in a few days? Although I heard the introduction from the steward there last time, his introduction was not very comprehensive. Distinguished guests, let me introduce this auction to you in detail. Golden Island's auctions are held several times a year, and among these several times there is one of the most grand auctions, which is the auction 8 days later. This is the good stuff that the entire Golden Island has prepared to raise in a year, and all of it is placed on in this auction. The entire auction is divided into 3 periods, including the early stage, the middle stage, and the late stage. The items auctioned in the 3 periods are different. In the early stage, items such as weapons and equipment are auctioned. In the middle stage, items such as martial arts are auctioned, and in the later stage, heavenly materials and earthly treasures are auctioned. And the quality of these things is absolutely guaranteed. Almost all the things that can enter this auction are treasures, and they are also extremely rare in the entire sea area. This attracted the attention of the entire sea area, and almost all the forces came here to participate in this auction, so there were so many people. Of course, VIPs, if you want to participate, our Wanbao Chamber of Commerce can directly reserve a private room for you. You can go in directly at that time, so you don't need to do it yourself. No problem, I'll leave it to you. Thank you. Sulinger threw him a storage ring, and he didn't know how many spiritual stones there were in it. Suchanga gave Sulinger too many spiritual stones to use up, so Sulinger didn't care about how many spiritual stones there were. Manager Pang took the space ring and scanned it with his spiritual consciousness. He found that there were densely packed spiritual stones inside, and he didn't know how many there were. Dear distinguished guest, you gave me too many spiritual stones. I can't use so many. Please give me less. Just take it and do the work, pay the handling fee and so on, and then return the rest to me. Pang Wanli's hand holding the space ring felt a little trembling. The densely packed spiritual stones in this space ring are estimated to be in the millions, and all of them are medium-grade spiritual stones and high-grade spiritual stones. He has never seen anyone whose child is this who takes so much money as money. You can't make it like this even if you have money. Manager Pang immediately took the space ring to help Sulinger and others arrange it. This grand auction is several heavyweight chambers of commerce are jointly established, including Wanbao Chamber of Commerce, and the others are Tianlin Chamber of Commerce, Lingji Chamber of Commerce, and Taizhong Chamber of Commerce. These four chambers of commerce are the four most powerful chambers of commerce in the entire Chaotic Sea, and each controls the west side of Chaotic Sea belongs to the territory of Wanbao Chamber of Commerce. The east side is the territory of Tianlin Chamber of Commerce, the north is the territory of Lingji Chamber of Commerce, and the south side is the territory of Taizhong Chamber of Commerce. Each region has a golden island-like territory. Existence. This is where the four chambers of commerce cooperate, and it is also where the four chambers of commerce highlight each other's strengths. Fantasy, the empress was reincarnated as my daughter. Author, Daughter Wrong. Chapter 312. Therefore, every few days during the auction, people from the entire western region of the Chaotic Sea would gather on Golden Island. The prominent people all lived in Golden City, while others could only stay outside Golden City. Sulinger and the others lived very leisurely in the courtyard of Wanbao Chamber of Commerce these days. They meditated every day and comprehended the artistic conception they had just realized. The disciples of the Star Hall did not disappoint Sulinger. They have now all understood the artistic conception from martial arts, including fist intention, spear intention, stick intention, etc. After all, everyone uses different weapons, and the artistic conception they have comprehended is also natural. Different. Under the guidance of Sulinger and Singer, they all stabilized their artistic conception at the first level, much faster than Singer did at the beginning. However, being fast does not necessarily mean that Singer's understanding is not as good as theirs, mainly because their artistic conception is not as profound as Singer's. 8 days passed quickly, and finally it was time for the auction to begin. Sulinger and the others were led by Manager Pang of the Wanbao Chamber of Commerce to the auction site. The auction venue was crowded and extremely lively. Miss Linger, come with me. Let's go in through the back door. There are too many people in front. Everyone followed Manager Pang into the auction house from the back door, and then led everyone into an oversized private room. Miss Linger, this is the place I have prepared for you. The entire auction house is divided into 3 floors. The first floor is for ordinary seats, the second floor is for smaller boxes, and the third floor is for oversized boxes. Mr. Pang is very considerate, I would like to thank you here. No, this is my honor. Miss Linger, I'll leave first. The auction will start soon. I have to arrange other things, so I won't accompany you. Just go about your business, and we can go back by ourselves after today's auction. Manager Pang nodded and left here. The design of this box is very exquisite. You can't see the inside from the outside, but you can see all the scenes outside. This is the benefit of being a VIP. Sulinger and others they closed their eyes and rested their minds. On the first day of the auction, they just came to watch the excitement. Since the auction was divided into 3 stages, the 4 major chambers of commerce simply divided the auction into 3 days, 1 stage per day, so that they could be distinguished easily. On the first day, the main sales were weapons and equipment. For Sulinger and others, this was just for fun. After all, the equipment they wore were all made by Suchanga. The forgers here are very powerful, but it is impossible. Weapons and equipment that were beyond Suchanga's level were created, so they did not need to work hard on it. Soon the auction below began. Sulinger and the others stopped meditating and looked outside. This kind of auction they haven't seen it before, and this time it can be considered as a way to gain knowledge. Compared with the Malay area, the area of this auction house is 4 times larger than that of the auction house over there. Welcome to the annual Golden Island auction event. I am Han Tien, the chief auctioneer here. I will host the first auction today. I hope everyone can take photos of the treasures they like. Okay, without further ado, first of all, I would like to invite you for today's first auction item. As you all know that in this grand event of ours, all the auction items are of the best quality, so the price may be a bit high. I hope you will do it within your ability. Okay, don't interfere with the normal auction order. Stop talking nonsense and get started, we are not short of money. The people below can't wait. Okay, since everyone is so enthusiastic, let's start the first auction. Come and buy the treasures. This is the first treasure, the Qingfeng sword, which cuts iron like clay and breaks hair when blown. It is of high quality and is close to an artifact. Please watch me demonstrate it for you. Han Tian waved his hand, and there were 4 strong men over there carrying a 1-meter thick crystal plate. Everyone is optimistic. Under the gaze of everyone, Han Tian injected spiritual power into the Qingfeng sword. The Qingfeng sword immediately let out a roar, and then a green sword energy flew out and passed through the crystal plate easily. The people below immediately he took a breath of air. This sword was too powerful. It was a 1-meter thick crystal plate. Generally, their weapons could not leave a mark on it, let alone cut it. The eyes of the people below burst out. Strong light, good sword, excellent top grade. Sulinger and others in the box were not so surprised. After all, the weapons in their hands can do it, and they are even sharper than this. The key has not been touched before arriving at Sulinger. They might indeed be interested in this kind of weapon, but after seeing the pile of weapons dumped by Sulinger in the hall, they were already immune. This kind of thing is almost like garbage in their eyes now, but the cultivators below are different. The Qingfeng sword is a magical weapon for them. Hey, Han Tian, you are asking for a price. If you don't ask for a price, how can we shoot it? Some people in the hall below can't hold their breath. This sword is really useful. If they can buy it, their combat effectiveness can at least be doubled. Don't be anxious, this strong man, someone from Han will make a quotation right away. Qingfeng sword, the first auction item, the auction base price is 1 million low-grade spiritual stones, and each increase in price must not be less than 100,000 low-grade spiritual stones. I offer 1.2 million low-grade spiritual stones. Bastard, I'll pay you 1.5 million. Don't rob me, I'll give you 1.8 million. People below began to bid one after another, and Sulinger could clearly feel that the auction here was different from the previous auction. Just like the auction she participated in at the beginning, she could only buy hundreds of thousands of low-grade spiritual stones at most. Everything here starts with millions of low-grade spiritual stones, and the people in the chaotic sea are indeed very rich. The auction outside is still going on, and of course only the people on the first floor are bidding for this sword, the second floor and the third floor. No one bid for the VIPs. This was the lowest end thing, and they looked down upon it. After a fierce bidding process, the Qingfeng sword was finally bought by one person for 3 million low-grade spiritual stones. No one else grabbed it? Han Tian had already burst into laughter. It was indeed an auction event. The first auction item could be sold for such a high price, which was unreachable in ordinary auctions. After that, Han Tian did not hesitate. King Fengjian's enthusiasm had not subsided, and he immediately took out the second auction item. This was a gun. The name of the gun was Ba Yang. It was on the same level as King Fengjian. This was again wildly bid by people on the first floor. After Sulinger looked at it for a few times, he stopped looking at it. The same was true for everyone. They all entered a state of cultivation. The auction has not reached the end yet. Now these are basically the same. There is no need to look at it. Wait until the end. Something will appear. The atmosphere of the auction is very intense, and the auction items appear one after another, which makes the people in the hall extremely excited. Of course, no one of the VIPs takes action, they are waiting for better things to appear. Now at the beginning of the auction, these things were actually the lowest things in the auction. In the blink of an eye, the auction went into the afternoon. After such a long time, at least 100 weapons of that kind were sold. The income from the auction, the price has already exceeded the sky-high price. Okay, everyone's enthusiasm is very high today. Next is our grand finale auction. This time, in terms of weapons and equipment, our auction house has selected a total of 20 grand finale items. Hearing Han Tian's words, the people in the hall immediately fell silent. 20 pieces of final products are too many. I really don't know how many spiritual stones these final products can be sold for. But what is certain is that there must be no chance with them. The final winners must be the VIPs on the second and third floors. After all, each mountain is higher than the other. They are rich, but these people are richer. Han Tian took out the first finale product. Introduction begins. This is the first final product, the streaming armor. It is a defensive artifact that can withstand attacks from the Saint King realm. It can also withstand a blow from a powerful person at the peak of the Great Saint realm. It is a life-saving armor. The auction price of this armor is 10,000 medium-grade spiritual stones. Each increase in price must not be less than 1,000 yuan. The auction starts now. The people on the first floor have been shocked and speechless. 10,000 middle-grade spiritual stones are 100 million low-grade spiritual stones. This is too cruel. But the VIPs have no idea about this. Isn't it just 10,000 pieces of medium-grade spiritual stones? What else is there? The most indispensable thing is money, and defensive artifacts are still relatively rare. I'll give you 20,000 pieces of middle-grade spiritual stones. Your Excellency only offered 20,000 yuan, and I offered 30,000 yuan of medium-grade spiritual stones, which is 10,000 yuan more than yours. I like this armor very much. Why don't you give it a break and I'll offer you 100,000 mid-grade spiritual stones. A man's voice came out from the third floor box, and the people below immediately stopped bidding. This guy must be too fierce. He directly added 70,000 medium-grade spiritual stones. Hey, Shushan, you are too stingy. You want to buy this female armor with obvious flowing armor as a gift to the Xingyu Fairy in Xingyu Holy Land. I will pay 150,000 yuan. Kuangzhan, are you specifically against me? What does it have to do with you that I pursue the Saint of the Star and Moon? Hearing the conversation between the two, the people below immediately knew the identities of these two people. Chu Tian is the young head of the Chu family in the western region of the Chaotic Sea. The Chu family is a quasi-emperor level force in the western region. Chu Tian's grandfather, Emperor Chu, is a powerful man in the quasi-emperor realm. Chu Tian's father, Chu Yuan, is the contemporary head of the Chu family. He is a perfect and powerful man at the peak of the great sage realm. He is only one step away from breaking through to the quasi-emperor realm. Mad War, the young sect leader of the Chaos Western region Zhan Tian sect, is also a quasi-emperor level force, and the sect leader Quang Shishan is a quasi-emperor level powerhouse. Xingyu Holy Land is a relatively special force in the western region, because they only recruit female disciples, so any of the disciples inside can be a king. The existence, especially the Saint of the Star and Moon of each generation, that is the most beautiful existence. These young men are proud to pursue the Saint of the Star and the Moon, and they compete with each other. However, the Saint of the Star and the Moon ignores them at all, but this does not prevent them from continuing to be attentive. I'll give you 200,000 yuan to fight like crazy. Do you still want to rob me? Hee, Shushan, you are awesome. I won't follow you or snatch it away. It belongs to you. Kuazan smiled. Chu Tian in the box had an angry look on his face. He knew that Kuangzhan was here to disgust him. He was so damn irritating. The people below were all watching the gods above fighting. It's really awesome to raise the price when there is a disagreement. You don't take money as money at all. Of course, this kind of thing has nothing to do with Sulinger. She is not in the mood to watch their performance now. She just said suddenly she felt a little riot in her sword intention. It turned out that she was about to break through the 4th level, so she had already devoted her mind to the breakthrough of her sword intention, and she had automatically ignored the excitement outside. The sword intention was wrapped in Sulinger's body, while adapting to the power of the 4th level sword intention. Sulinger merged her 4-season sword intention with the 4th level sword intention. In this way, the power of the 4-season sword intention will change next time. It is extremely powerful, which can make her sword intention space even more powerful. Sulinger's breakthrough was very smooth, without any hindrance. Sulinger opened her eyes, and a sword energy flew out, rushing out of the floor. A hole, but Sulinger had to control it, otherwise the floor would have been directly penetrated. The auction here was too boring. Sulinger didn't want to stay here anymore. Sulinger woke up everyone and asked do they want to go out for a walk? Everyone agreed to her suggestion. It is indeed a bit boring here. Moreover, the elixir they need will be auctioned only the day after tomorrow. It is really boring for them to stay here now. Since everyone is going to participate, there is an auction. The streets of Golden City are a bit desolate. The auction is so exciting and everyone goes to see the excitement. Although they can't afford it, it's still okay to take a look. People are not prohibited from watching the auction. This is Golden Island. On big festivals, the more lively the better. Sulinger took them around the street and found that there was also a snack block in Golden Island, which made Sulinger and others excited. The snack street on Golden Island is quite good. There are many varieties of snacks and the taste is very good. This allows the foodies in Sien Chen Palace to find a suitable place for them to stay. After Sulinger and others arrived, the entire snack street became a lively place, because they bought a lot, ate a lot, and gave a lot of money. Their snack street has never been so popular, and the spiritual stones they earned today were the usual monthly income. There is no way, Sulinger and the others love snacks more than anything else, so wherever there is such a place, it must be a paradise for Sulinger and the others. After everyone had a good meal, they returned to the manor of the Wanbao Chamber of Commerce. They were really bored and had nothing to do. Sulinger found Manager Pang and asked him about some things. Manager Pang, are there only auctions on the entire Golden Island? Is there any place for fighting? We are almost bored to death. Well, Miss Linger, your needs are a bit high. Speaking of this fighting place, the Golden City does not have one, but there is a Colosseum in the Silver City next to the Golden City, where people can fight. Oh, tell me, what is this Colosseum? The Colosseum is a place where some forces specialize in capturing monsters for gambling and fighting, and it is also a place where some fighting madmen gain experience. This place is nice. Find someone to take me there. We are almost getting rusty here. We will come back when the third auction starts. Goodbye, Manager Pang. Sulinger couldn't wait to summon the disciples of the Star Hall. When they heard about the existence of the Colosseum, they were all happy. Finally, they no longer have to idle around. They have really gone crazy these days. Led by the waiter sent by Manager Pang, Sulinger and others came to the Colosseum in Silver City. Since everyone went to attend the auction, almost no one was in the Colosseum today. Sulinger and others, I was so happy that I immediately paid the entrance fee and went in. The cost to participate in a battle here is 100,000 low-grade spiritual stones. Of course, there is no one else and there is no need to gamble. Sulinger directly threw a space ring to the person in charge. Spirit Stone, ask him to transfer all the monster beasts on the left and right, otherwise there will not be enough monster beasts here. After the person in charge saw the Spirit Stone in the space ring, he immediately burst into laughter. This was like meeting a rich man. The Colosseum has never seen such a big customer. Dear guest, what are your orders? Let me tell you, each of the people below will arrange at least 4 monsters of the same level for them. You have the spirit stone. Things have to be done beautifully. Can you do it? VIP, no problem, I can completely satisfy your needs, but your people have to come one by one, otherwise our monster will not be able to operate. No problem, thank you for your hard work. It's not hard, just take a look. The person in charge immediately went down to make arrangements. You go up to fight one by one, and the people below are watching to see if there are any flaws in her fighting, and help her point them out. I need you to be perfect every time you fight, and you can't leave any flaws for the enemy. Do you understand? Everyone nodded, and then the battle began. Each disciple had to challenge 4 monsters of the same level, but they were not at a disadvantage. Since they understood their respective fighting concepts, their combat effectiveness has doubled again. Times. They used to be able to fight 1 against 2, but now they can fight against 4 easily, and the artistic conception is extremely helpful to their fighting. Sulinger is also testing their training results. It's been 2 months since I came out, and it's time to test the results of my training so that I can make the next step. After this Golden Island auction, Sulinger didn't know where she should take everyone, because this place was already there is no place where everyone can get experience, because everyone has already reached the Saint King realm, and the training place is no longer useful. Because those are prepared for the Saint King realm and below, Sulinger and others' realms have improved too quickly. Now, what should we do if we go to see those big quasi-emperor forces and come to challenge us? This will stump Sulinger. If he comes to challenge, he might be thrown out by the quasi-emperor. This is not a fight. His face. The disciples of the Star Hall are definitely stronger than their disciples. They will definitely be able to fight each other by then. It will be a bit difficult to end it. But if you don't go to these places to find excitement, how can you have the pressure to continue to grow? Otherwise, the time for them to break through to the Great Saint realm will be extended indefinitely. Hey, it is really too difficult to choose. Let's talk to the Wanbao Chamber of Commerce later. They have a lot of news, so there should be such news. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Fantasy, the Empress was reincarnated as my daughter. Author, Daughter Wrong. Chapter 313. After Pang Wanli returned to his room, he immediately conveyed the news about Sulinger and others to the headquarters. He wondered whether the headquarters would agree to Sulinger and the others becoming worshippers. Now he had no way to be sure, so he could only wait slowly for a reply from the headquarters. The cocoon of sword intent around Sulinger became thicker and thicker. It was obvious that sword gall grass was very useful for her sword intent. When Sulinger woke up, her sword intent would improve greatly. On the other side, Singer swallowed the fairy grass that was contaminated with fighting spirit. Her own fighting spirit immediately responded. Very useful. Although the other disciples did not get the fairy grass suitable for them, they are also working hard to understand their own artistic conception. The combination of their martial arts and artistic conception can enhance their power, and they are studying hard. 2 days passed quickly, and the large sword intention cocoon beside Sulinger began to vibrate slowly, and then suddenly dissipated, revealing Sulinger sitting cross-legged on the ground inside. Opening his eyes, a sword light shot out. Sulinger could feel that her sword intention could now be completely freely retracted and released. This was the benefit of the 5th level of sword intention. If you don't release your sword intention, no one will feel the existence of your artistic conception. This is the 5th level. If Sulinger before was an unsheathed sword, then she is now a sword with hidden edge. Phew, Sulinger let out a breath and stood up. The sword gall grass is indeed a good thing, and there can only be one like this. Singer on the other side has also woken up from her training, and her fighting spirit has also broken through to the 3rd level. Although the fairy grass stained with fighting spirit is not as effective as the sword gall grass, it is still let Senior break through the peak of the 2nd level and enter the 3rd level. After restraining her fighting spirit, Senior also walked out of the room. She saw Sulinger coming out and waved. "Sister Linger, how is the effect of Jiandanko?" "To tell you the truth, Sister Senior, the effect is very good. My sword intention has broken through to the 5th level." "That's great, Sister Linger. This way your sword will be stronger in the future." "Hey, what's the matter? Sister Senior, you also rely on that fairy grass to push your fighting spirit to the 3rd level. Sure enough, I still can't escape your eyes, Sister Linger. Although that fairy grass is not very effective, it also triggered my bottleneck, and I finally broke through to the 3rd level." "That's not bad, Sister Senior, your fighting spirit needs to be tempered by fighting. This competition at the Wanbao Chamber of Commerce headquarters is an opportunity. I wonder how strong the genius disciples here are. I think it shouldn't be too weak. Our talented disciples in the melee domain shouldn't be as strong as here. The resources here are much better than those in the melee domain. Those people should be in the Great Sage realm." Sulinger nodded. "Now we have to wait for the news from Manager Pang, otherwise we will have to take an extreme route. Our cultivation progress must be kept up. Okay, I am now at the peak of the Saint King realm. After participating in the secret realm mentioned by the Wanbao Chamber of Commerce, I should be able to reach the Great Saint realm. Well, break through to the Great Saint realm as soon as possible and stab the other disciples in their cultivation. The speed must keep up." After half a day, all the disciples came out. They had adjusted their condition to the best and were ready to go at any time. "Miss Linger, there is news." Pang Wanli flew over quickly from a distance, calling Sulinger. "Manager Pang, has the news from your Chamber of Commerce headquarters arrived?" "It's here, Miss Linger, I kept you waiting for a long time. The headquarters has agreed to your request. A special ship has been allocated to take you to the headquarters. The ship should arrive in the evening." Sulinger thanked Pang Wanli and said, "Miss Linger is very polite. From now on, you will be the worshippers of Wanbao Chamber of Commerce. If my old Pang has anything to do in the future, you must help me. Don't worry. If Mr. Pang is in charge, if you need any help in the future, please contact me directly. We people will definitely help you." "Haha, okay, Miss Linger, I, Pang Wanli, would like to thank you here. Come with me, let's go to the dock and wait." Pang Wanli took Sulinger and others to the pier of Golden Island. There is a special resting place for their Wanbao Chamber of Commerce on the pier. Everyone is waiting here for the arrival of the ship. Sulinger and others were drinking tea and chatting. Pang Wanli told Sulinger and others some rules about the headquarters. In fact, the headquarters of Wanbao Chamber of Commerce is very casual. There are no other rules. It is very free to go there. And because it is the headquarters of Wanbao Chamber of Commerce, the good things there are still a lot of them. So Pang Wanli told Sulinger that he could go there and have a look if he had nothing to do. He should be able to find a lot of good things. Sulinger and others took note of his words. In the evening, a luxury cruise ship sailed into the pier. Pang Wanli saw it early. "Miss Linger, your ship has arrived and is ready to depart." Everyone also saw the ship. It was much more luxurious than the usual ships, and the 4 characters of Wanbao Chamber of Commerce on it were shining brightly. Only the headquarters could send out this kind of appearance. Sulinger and others were led by the waiter. After getting off the boat, an old man on the boat came to Pang Wanli. The two chatted happily and looked very familiar. "Mr. Di, why did you come out in person this time? Normally there wouldn't be such a big battle." After Pang Wanli saw Di Lao, he felt that this ship was a little different. Now he knew the reason. Dilao was a strong man in the quasi-emperor realm, and such a strong man actually came out to escort him. Obviously, this voyage was not easy. Moreover, picking up Sulinger and others was just incidental. Normally, strong men from the quasi-emperor realm were never dispatched to pick up and deliver offerings. Moreover, it came too quickly this time. The news was only received in the morning, and the ship arrived in the evening. This was definitely not the case. The ship just came out of the headquarters. You must know that it takes 10 days to reach Golden Island from the headquarters. It has only been 2 days since the news was sent back. This is definitely wrong. However, Pang Wanli did not ask, such a confidential matter he is not qualified to know things. Knowing too much will not do him any good, and may even lead to death. Mr. Pang, you are really successful this time. You have attracted so many people to the headquarters at once, and they are all very talented. You will definitely be promoted. Mr. Dick, please stop making fun of me. What potential can I have? I am just a small supervisor now. Let's talk about the future. Pang Wanli shook his head helplessly. Dilao looked at his expression and said nothing. If Sulinger were here, she would definitely find that Pang Wanli has her own story, but she has already boarded the ship, and Pang Wanli is now used to it. This kind of free life. He didn't want to recall the past, nor did he want to mention those sad past events again. He just let those things go with the wind, but he didn't expect that one day in the future, he would still need to face with this kind of thing. Sulinger and others had grown up at that time and could help him tide over the difficulties. You kid was not like this before. I think the children today are very talented, and it's that little girl. Remember to ask her if you have anything to do in the future. I can feel how extraordinary she is. Don't worry, Mr. Dick, I'll leave them to you. After you go to the headquarters, don't say they were recommended by me. I don't want to cause trouble for them. If possible, please help me pay attention to those shameless people at the headquarters. Quasi-Emperor. I will definitely take care of this for you. You really don't need any other help. I think they only have one great saint realm. Mr. Dick, don't worry. I know the people I recommend. You just need to stop those old people. Miss Linger will teach the rest how to behave. Dilao looked at Pang Wanli's vow without saying anything and nodded. An hour later, the ship set sail, targeting the Wanbao Chamber of Commerce headquarters. Before boarding the ship, Pang Wanli handed an envelope to Sulinger, which contained he told Sulinger about some of his previous experiences to make them be careful. In the room on the ship, Sulinger opened the envelope Pang Wanli gave her and read it. She was a little surprised by what was inside. Pang Wanli comes from the Pang family at the headquarters of Wanbao Chamber of Commerce. He is the second eldest son there. He has not been very interested in martial arts since he was a child and has devoted himself to business. He has an older sister and a younger brother. Coincidentally, Pang Wanli's younger brother Pang Dian is a martial arts genius. He is only 17 years old now and is already a strong man in the Great Sage realm. Since the Pang family's family fortune is passed down from male to female, Pang Wanli is obviously the first heir. However, his younger brother Pang Dian unconvinced, he drove him out of the Pang family by trickery. Pang Wanli didn't pay attention to this matter. What he liked was doing business. Whoever wanted to take care of family affairs could take care of it, so he went directly to Golden Island and started from a small waiter. He started out and became the current manager of Golden Island. As a manager, he was also obliged to solicit offerings for the Wanbao Chamber of Commerce. However, the offerings he recommended were secretly bought by Pang Dian, and those who refused were dealt with by Pang Dian. So Pang Wanli, it had been many years since he had been promoted. Without offerings to support him, his status could not be improved. Pang Dian was afraid that Pang Wanli's promotion too quickly would affect his inheritance of the Pang family business, which formed an endless cycle. No matter Pang Wanli didn't care. The reason why I recommended these things to Sulinger and others this time is entirely to thank Sulinger for trusting him. Moreover, all of Sulinger's consumption on the Golden Island was handled by Pang Wanli. This involves a performance issue. The problem is, Sulinger's consumption in the past few days has greatly improved his performance, so he is very grateful to Sulinger. Another thing is that he knows Sulinger's strength. As long as the Quasi-Emperor does not appear, no one will Sulinger could be restrained, so he asked Dilau to pay attention to those old guys in the Quasi-Emperor realm. At the same time, he also asked Sulinger to bring a letter to his sister. His sister Panyao was very good to him. He has not seen his sister for so many years, and hopes that she is doing well. After Sulinger read the letter Pang Wanli wrote to her, she called everyone over and asked them to read the letter as well. Do you understand what we might encounter next? I understand, but Sister Linger, isn't this what we need most? There are no people from the Quasi-Emperor realm coming to cause trouble. We can use our hands and feet to play with them. Hee, I thought so too. I was worried about going there and causing trouble. Now we don't have to do it ourselves. They will come to us. Sulinger didn't expect that such a thing would happen to him. It's really great. This way she can save a lot of trouble. No matter what tricks are thrown over there, they can catch them. This is they have trust in their own strength. Ever since Sulinger's sword intent broke through to the 5th level, they no longer care about the threat of the Great Sage realm. No one in the Great Sage realm can make 2 moves in Sulinger's hands, let alone no one can break Sulinger's sword intention space. They are sure that even if the people there are monsters, there will not be a person with an artistic conception at the 5th level of the Great Sage realm. This is simply not a realm that a Great Sage realm can reach. Many people will only comprehend the 5th level of Dao's artistic conception when they break through to the Quasi-Emperor. The artistic conception is necessary to break through to the Quasi-Emperor's realm, so Sulinger makes everyone work hard to understand the artistic conception. The luxurious ship slowly floats on the sea it is sailing, although it seems to be traveling very slowly, but that is for the people on the ship. Most people cannot see the ship at all, it is too fast. And there is a Quasi-Emperor on it to protect it. The speed is very fast when wrapped in the laws of the Quasi-Emperor realm. Sulinger and others stayed quietly in the room and practiced individually. There was a Quasi-Emperor realm escort to protect them, which also made everyone feel very relieved. But Sulinger always she felt that something was wrong. Does it stand to reason that taking them to the headquarters requires the Quasi-Emperor to take action? Is she and others really that important? She felt that something would definitely happen on the way, so she did not relax her vigilance. She sent all her disciples, they all gathered together and asked them to wear amulets on their bodies. If something really happened, the amulets could help them survive the crisis, but it was better to be cautious. After arranging everything, Sulinger devoted her mind to practice. There are still many things that need to be studied in the 4-season sword technique given by Suchanga. Every time she studies it carefully, she can study some different moves, and the functions in the 4-season sword intent space can also continue to be developed, which makes she admires her father even more. Moreover, her own innate magical powers are still very good. She needs to study more things. The flame sword last time was very good, and the power made her very satisfied. She can feel after her sword intention broke through the 5th level, her innate magical power seemed to have some vibrations, and the flame sword she used last time seemed to be able to be upgraded. After Sulinger and others fell into practice, the old man on the bow frowned. Something was clearly troubling him. Mr. D, our whereabouts seem to have been exposed, the waiter said next to Mr. D. It's normal, don't blame yourself, our ship is so big, it's impossible not to leave any traces, so I have been prepared for being discovered. Mr. D, how many strong men will be sent from the opposite side, and how many people from the Quasi-Emperor realm will appear? I estimate that there should be 2 or 3 quasi-emperor realm experts, but it doesn't matter. Our support will arrive soon. Before they chase us, our quasi-emperor realm will not fall. It's just that we were too late to bring out the powerful people from the great saint realm. Their speed was too slow. If the quasi-emperor realm brought them along, no one would be able to come. Lao looked confident. Don't worry, they can do nothing to us. Those who are destined to get treasures can get them. Our Wanbao Chamber of Commerce is not a soft persimmon that can be manipulated by others. The waiter stood aside quietly, not talking. Since the old man said everything was fine, he had nothing more to say. The ship was sailing fast on the quiet sea, and Sulinger had now fully devoted himself to his innate magical power. She will continue to temper the Flame Divine Sword, so that the speed of using the Flame Divine Sword in the future will be much faster, and the power will also be greatly improved. She can feel that this martial art is getting stronger at any time. As long as she becomes stronger, this technique can make her stronger. Now that her sword intention has reached the 5th level, she can try to combine her sword intention with the Flame Divine Sword. In other words, she can integrate the Flame Divine Sword into her sword intention space. In this way, the attack power in her sword intention space can definitely be enhanced several times. She waved her hand to build a small sword intention space in front of her. She controlled her flame spiritual power to merge with the sword intention, slowly forming a flame. Sword Chi. It was not very smooth at the beginning, but Sulinger did not give up. She summed up experience from repeated failures and slowly found the rules. After half an hour, she finally succeeded in inserting the sword chi into the space. The sword energy was transformed into the flame sword energy, and then he began to try to condense the flame sword inside. However, before the flame sword was formed, the sword space dissipated because the energy inside was out of control, and the power of the flame sword was slightly strong. The sword intention space she had just condensed was a bit small. She once again condensed a small sword intention space. This time she condensed the flaming sword a little smaller, and little by little she condensed the flaming sword chi into a flame divine sword. Although this is not as powerful as a single one, but with so many flaming divine swords, it is still much stronger than ordinary sword energy. While Sulinger was practicing, Lao and the others had already received orders from their Wanbao Chamber of Commerce. With the support of 3 quasi-emperor realm powerhouses, plus Lao, there are a total of 4 quasi-emperor realm powerhouses. The Wanbao Chamber of Commerce dispatched 4 quasi-emperor realm powerhouses, which illustrates the importance of this treasure. You must know that their Wanbao Chamber of Commerce has a total of there are only 10 powerful people in the quasi-emperor realm, 4 of whom are powerful in the Wanbao Chamber of Commerce, and the remaining 6 are all worshippers. They are the mainstay of the Wanbao Chamber of Commerce, and the other 3 chambers of commerce are in the same situation as the Wanbao Chamber of Commerce, so the treatment for worshippers is very high. The 3 quasi-emperor realm experts who came here are all worshippers of the Wanbao Chamber of Commerce. The old guys from those families who are in the quasi-emperor realm rarely come out to show their faces. Fantasy, the empress was reincarnated as my daughter. Author, Daughter Wrong. Chapter 314. Elder Dig, how is the situation? Our whereabouts have been exposed, so the enemy will arrive soon. We need to be prepared. Then how many quasi-emperors do you estimate the other side will send? Is our current support enough? Don't worry, they don't know exactly what we got, and they won't come to us with a large number of powerful people. At most, they will have the same lineup as ours, or there will be fewer people in the quasi-emperor realm than us. Lao has a good grasp of the people in Netherworld Pavilion. After all, Netherworld Pavilion doesn't know what the Wanbao Chamber of Commerce has obtained in that area. He only knows that there are treasures flowing out of their Netherworld island. Netherworld Pavilion is a first-class organization in the eastern region. The power is not much different from the strength of their 4 chambers of commerce, because Netherworld Island is a super huge island, which can be said to be a small ground. If it were not in the sea, it would not be called an island. The strong men of Netherworld Pavilion now on the road, their ship is even more elusive and ghostly, and no one can detect their presence at all. There is a group of black-robed men on the bow of the ship, all covered in black robes, except for a purple skull on the chest. Deputy Pavilion Master, we have detected the Wanbao Chamber of Commerce's ship, which is 500 miles in our direction. Do we need to speed up? One of the men in black robe asked the man at the front. Can you detect a few quasi-emperor realm experts on the opposite ship? From the moment we discovered their escape to now, we have only discovered that there was a quasi-emperor level strongman on the ship. We don't know if support has arrived, so we can judge by martial arts now. Got it, you go down first and continue tracking. The man in black waved his hand, and the man hugged his fists towards the man in black and disappeared. Ghost, how many quasi-emperor realms do you think the other side will have to support them? Can we take them down? A man next to him was looming, as if he could hide in space at any time. He thought for a while and said calmly, I guess they will send out 4 strong men at the quasi-emperor level. Oh? If you have any guesses, let me know. Deputy Pavilion Master, think about it. Their Wanbao Chamber of Commerce has a total of 10 quasi-emperor realm powerhouses, and our Nether Pavilion also has 10 quasi-emperor realm powerhouses, but the only difference is that 6 of their Wanbao Chamber of Commerce have enshrined status. Although they are very affectionate towards Wanbao Chamber of Commerce, they will definitely not fight for Wanbao Chamber of Commerce, but we are different. Our quasi-emperor realm experts belong to Yuming Pavilion, and they will bet everything for us, so Wanbao Chamber of Commerce is essentially the same as we are different. So if they get an incredible treasure this time, they will definitely bring out 6 people who are enshrining it. However, since people in the quasi-emperor realm cannot leave too much, I guess they will have at most 4 quasi-emperor realm experts. After listening to Ghost's description, the man in black also fell into deep thought. Obviously he felt that Ghost's words were very reasonable, but they only brought 4 quasi-emperor realm experts with them this time because they didn't know what the Wanbao Chamber of Commerce held. What are you looking for? They only know that someone from the Wanbao Chamber of Commerce took away the treasure from their Netherworld Island. They have no idea what the specific treasure is and what it does. If they had known in advance what kind of precious treasure it was, they would have dispatched all their troops. I thought that the Wanbao Chamber of Commerce could be intercepted by dispatching 4 quasi-emperors. But I didn't expect that the people of the Wanbao Chamber of Commerce were more cunning than the others. They were not discovered until 100 miles away from Netherworld Island, so the man in black took people he immediately followed. They have a pavilion master, 3 deputy pavilion masters, and 6 elders in Netherworld Pavilion, all of whom are strong men in the quasi-emperor realm. This time the pavilion master handed over the matter to him, because the remaining 2 deputy pavilion masters, the master of the pavilion is practicing in seclusion, and he is the only one who has time. He rubbed his temples. He really had a headache. Wanbao Chamber of Commerce is indeed a businessman, and they are very skilled in one method. Otherwise, they will kill them on Netherworld Island. If you stop him, you don't have to lead people out to chase him like now. It's okay if you can catch him. If you can't catch him, you don't know how to go back and explain to the pavilion master. What he hates most is this kind of thing. Every time this kind of thing happens, when he encountered it, he was really speechless. But no matter what, he had to find out what Wanbao Chamber of Commerce got from Netherworld Island. Everyone, listen up, move forward at full speed, bite them, we must intercept them before they return to the headquarters. The speed of the entire ship immediately increased to another level, as if it was directly entering the space shuttle. The Wanbao Chamber of Commerce's ship was also traveling very fast at this time, and suddenly a black ship shadow from behind instantly came out of the waves and stopped it. in front of their ship. The Wanbao Chamber of Commerce's ship had no choice but to stop. De Lao flew up, knowing that those people were chasing them. It seems that peace is no longer possible today. It seems that everyone in Netherworld Pavilion is in conflict with our Wanbao Chamber of Commerce today. I have no choice. I am just following orders. We will obey the orders of the Pavilion Master of Netherworld Pavilion and your Wanbao Chamber of Commerce, even if you don't want to antagonize us. Haha, come on, let me test the strength of the Deputy Master of Netherworld Pavilion. De Lao flew towards the man in black, and the other Quasi-Emperor Realm experts on the boat also found their opponents. The Nether Pavilion's boat blocked the way of the Wanbao Chamber of Commerce, and the people on the two boats were confronting each other on the boat. They didn't take action, because they know that the decision-making power on the battlefield lies with the four Quasi-Emperor Realm experts above. No matter how they fight, they can't change the current situation. So they might as well stand here and wait, which can save a lot of energy. The strong men in the Quasi-Emperor Realm are fighting high in the sky, which is still far away from here. After all, their destructive power is still very great. It is better to stay away from below, otherwise the ship will be destroyed. Above the battle is in full swing, Suling he didn't notice the fighting outside, still immersed in his own martial arts. Now she has been able to condense all the flaming sword energy into the flaming divine sword, but after condensing it into the flaming divine sword, the number is not that much. But the power is still considerable, and Sulinger can feel the power. If it fights the Dark Dragon again, it will no longer be qualified to resist Sulinger in the sword space. Sulinger felt that she could now challenge the powerful people in the Quasi-Emperor Realm, of course those who had just broken through to the Quasi-Emperor Realm. They had just broken through, but their artistic conception was still at the 4th level, with the highest being the 50% realm. This was the height of artistic conception that could only be achieved at the Quasi-Emperor Realm, but Sulinger was now at the 5th level of sword intent. And when she was studying martial arts, she felt that her sword intention had once again reached the 5th level. She even doubted whether she could raise her sword intention to the 6th level before becoming a Quasi-Emperor. But it is a good thing to really break through. Maybe then you can directly compete with the powerful people in the middle level of Quasi-Emperor Realm at the peak and perfect state of the Great Sage Realm. Of course, this is just Sulinger's guess. Whether it can hurt the Quasi-Emperor is another question. I'll give it a try sometime. Sulinger finished her training and was going to go outside to see if she encountered any difficulties because the ship was not leaving now. After pushing open the door of the room and walking out, Sulinger found that there was a black boat blocking their way, and the people on it were still staring at it, and the people on their own boat were also staring at the people opposite. Sulinger stepped forward and asked, only to find out what happened. No wonder she felt that there was such a big crowd coming to pick them up this time. It turned out that they were just on their way. But now there are 8 Quasi-Emperor Realm experts fighting against them above. Sulinger is a little itchy and wants to go up and see how powerful the Quasi-Emperor Realm is. Sulinger returned to the room, took out the aura hiding cloak given by Suchanga, and hid herself in the space. Then she left the ship and flew upwards. She wanted to see how exciting the battle in the Quasi-Emperor Realm was. After a while, Sulinger flew to the battlefield of 8 Quasi-Emperor Realm experts. Looking at the battle here, he felt that his blood was boiling. After all, the battle in the Quasi-Emperor Realm is already a battle between laws. After the artistic conception reaches the 6th level, the laws can be cultivated from it. Of course, the Quasi-Emperor Realm needs to continue to understand the artistic conception until the 9th level of artistic conception, so that the laws will be after being completely integrated with the artistic conception, he will become a powerful person in the Great Emperor Realm. Although it is very simple to say, there are very few people who can cultivate their artistic conception to the 9th level and integrate it with the law. Otherwise, there would not be so few powerful people in the Great Emperor Realm. The fiercest battle in the entire battlefield was still between Dilao and the deputy master of Netherworld Pavilion. Their cultivation was the highest, and the power of the battle was naturally the greatest. Both of them are at the pinnacle of the quasi-emperor realm, and every move is extremely powerful. Sulinger secretly cast her gaze on the two weakest people. Those two people were at the mid-level of quasi-emperor realm. Although they were also very strong, they seemed a bit weak in the battlefield here. What Sulinger wants is this kind of weak quasi-emperor realm expert, but there is still a certain gap between Xiang Dilao and the others for her. Coming to the two mid-level quasi-emperor realm people, Sulinger carefully observed their battle. Their artistic conception was still at the 5th level, and they had more power of law than Sulinger. They have now understood the power of the law, so the current damage is much stronger than that of the Great Sage, but Sulinger is not affected by them. Your Excellency, do you, Netherworld Pavilion, still want to fight with us? Nothing will come of our stalemate now. Maybe someone from our Wanbao Chamber of Commerce will come again in a while. After hearing what Mr. Dis said, the man in black frowned. This is the territory of the Wanbao Chamber of Commerce after all. There may be support. They are too far away from the base camp and there is almost no possibility of support. I didn't expect it. The ghost guessed it correctly. 4 quasi-emperors came from the Wanbao Chamber of Commerce, who were on par with them. Moreover, the old man was as strong as him. Neither of them could escape the situation. The man in black fought for a while and backed away. Dilao also stopped, and other people saw that the two of them stopped, and they also stopped. Can you really not tell me what you got this time? It's really hard for us to go back and do business with you like this. Dilao pondered for a while and felt that this was not the way to go. If Nether Island was targeted, they might spread the news to other places. By then, their Wanbao Chamber of Commerce might become a public enemy in the western region. Think about it. After some time, the old man decided to talk to them. Could you please go over there with me and talk? Okay, let's go over there and talk. The man in black agreed happily, so that both parties could get a perfect solution. After he returned, the provincial pavilion master came to trouble him. Sulinger did not follow him. She was not interested in the content of their conversation. There was no fight above. Now that she could observe, she went back to the boat. A quarter of an hour later, all the quasi-emperor realm experts returned, and Dilao and the others returned to the boat. Friends from Wanbao Chamber of Commerce, we were rude this time. I apologize for the unpleasantness this time. I hope that we, Yuming Pavilion and Wanbao Chamber of Commerce, can become friends. Your Excellency is serious. You Netherworld Pavilion are very good friends to us, and our Wanbao Chamber of Commerce welcomes you very much. Then the black ship of Netherworld Pavilion moved out of the way, and the ship of Wanbao Chamber of Commerce flew all the way towards the headquarters. After solving this matter, everyone felt relaxed, and Sulinger continued to stay in her room to study her martial arts. The battles of those quasi-emperors gave her some inspiration. She began to integrate her ideas into the sword space again. She wanted to create a sword space that could deal with the primary level of quasi-emperors. This was the lowest standard. The other disciples have been immersed in their own artistic conception. They have no idea what is happening outside, because their rooms have good sound insulation equipment and are specially prepared for cultivation, in order not to be disturbed by outsiders. After traveling for 5 days, the luxurious ship finally arrived at the headquarters of the Wanbao Chamber of Commerce. Sulinger and others were all woken up. They followed the waiter arranged by the land elder for them to a manor, which was the residence provided by Wanbao Chamber of Commerce for them. The buildings here are much more upscale than the manors on Golden Island, which highlights the lavishness of the Wanbao Chamber of Commerce headquarters from the side. Sulinger and others were not in a hurry to go out, and immediately went into seclusion as soon as they arrived. They felt that the spiritual energy here was very rich, which made their realms loosen. So everyone entered a state of cultivation. After Sulinger and others arrived at the headquarters, their news was known to Pang Dian, but the people he sent said that these people had retreated collectively as soon as they arrived. He didn't go up to disturb them. There was very little information in front of him, because Sulinger and others had only been in the chaotic sea for a few months, and no one could find out their details, not even Wanbao Chamber of Commerce. Pang Dian looked at the introduction with only a few lines in front of him. The leader, Sulinger, was a high-level person in the Great Saint realm. His strength was unknown. Behind him were 21 people, in the Saint King realm. His name was unknown. His life was unknown. The battle was crazy. With only this little introduction, Pang Dian was a little confused. Where did the people Pang Wanli introduced to the headquarters come from? Why couldn't he find anything? Sulinger didn't know and didn't want to know this. Anyway, someone tried to trip her up, so she picked him directly. No matter who he was, as long as he could get through one move under her hand, he was considered awesome.